What is going on, everybody? We are live, and it's a Saturday. This is your boy Sean, aka Stay Puft 1983, and welcome to another episode of Chatting with the Comic Community. I have my fellow new tag partner since Steve must be at work again. So now Big Will is back on the show. What's going on?
I have arrived.
He has arrived indeed, and our special guest for the day, first time making his appearance on my show, Bear Allen Comics. What is going on?
I have wandered in here randomly.
Like a bear.
Like a bear would. You know, I saw the advertising for this show today, and it said Attack of the Bear. I don't know if I can live up to that level of aggression, but it sounds fun. It sounded exciting.
I want to create a clever introduction to Bear Allen, you know.
People are often disappointed when I don't attack.
Hey, you be like that bear who attacked the Chuck Norris, and then next thing you know, he realized he done messed up. So he backed away.
Right.
What's up, Unruly? Big Will needs to see a barber.
Don't we all?
Yeah, I just got my fresh cut after having the fro for like 2 months.
Oh, nice. Yeah, seeing a barber is a little more complicated than it used to be, but...
Yeah, I plan on seeing one Monday.
Yeah. So we got an interesting show today with our guest, Bear Allen. I know he has something to talk about, but before we touch on that, any new comics this week? I know I have some.
I grabbed a few. Let's actually see what's in the bag. I'm not getting a lot of titles, guys, recently. I've sort of cut back my pull, but X-Men. I've heard this issue's pretty good. Some cool apocalypse stuff going on.
It's apparently a key. I don't know.
On Cole.
What's going on, man?
Hey,
What's up, Big Will? What's up, Bear?
what's up, man? First time on a stream with you.
Yeah, I get to. I was gonna say, am I froze already, like Jeff?
Hey, this is the first time. We don't put your phone off, Steve. Turn your phone off.
That I use my phone. My computer's still not back.
That's dedication. He's still going to be here. Batman 99. Is it 99? Holy crap. 100's next, guys.
Have you read 98?
My math is correct. Dude, I'm three issues behind on everything. It's sad.
Dude, I'll tell you about it later. Go ahead.
For some reason, I have Detective 1025 and 1027, but my guy didn't give me 26. So we're going to have to talk about that. And I picked up two. You got to pick up a couple packs of 1989 Fleer baseball while you're out, right?
Oh yeah.
You got to. They're just sitting right there. I mean, they're
Is that Griffey or Griffey 90?
That's Griffey.
Griffey.
I've been on a mission since the pandemic began, and I got all extra midlife crisis-y to pull myself a Griffey rookie out of any sort of brand.
Yeah, you want to pull it though. You want it to be you pulling it.
No, I don't want to buy one from somebody else. I need to pull it out of the pack because I never had that satisfaction as a child.
Damn, Bear, I might have one. I might have it.
I bought 2 boxes of 89 Upper Deck, which were not cheap. No
Oh
Griffey.
yeah, back then, man, that was the big thing.
Yeah.
Upper Deck.
Yep. But I recently bought 2 boxes of 89 Upper Deck, you know, which are like now hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Thinking I'm going to pull a Griffey and satisfy my midlife crisis. The first box didn't have a Griffey, but had some other good stuff. What are you spoiling here?
Apparently, there you go.
The bad joke about the battery.
I call it a battery.
That's in 98. You'll enjoy it.
No, you fucking don't. What a great response from her. Anyway, like the second box of 89 Upper Deck that I got did not even have a rookie card of anyone in it.
What?
Not a single rookie. So I contacted the guy who sold it to me, and I'm like, what the heck is going on here? How is this even possible? He's like, listen, man, first of all, I know what you're thinking. Somebody searched the packs, took out all the good cards, but they're not going to take out crappy rookie cards. So nobody searched packs. The collation issues from that set are so bad that people just get boxes that don't even have any rookies in them.
Yeah, because that's crazy. No rookies. Because there's like 700 cards in that set or something.
Yeah. No Dante Bichette rookie, nothing. Like,
Oh, I know Dante Bichette. I played
know?
foosball against him. Yeah.
oh wow, I'm a
He
huge
played
fan of
foosball
his
with us. Uh-huh. He's a
His
cool
son's
dude.
going to be a star.
Yeah, his son's good, Bo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's really good.
Man,
Whenever we want to open these, just let me know, you guys. We can wait.
Hey, when you open them, I'm gonna go get my baseball card collection because I still have a lot of my cards from late '80s and '90s.
Okay.
Well, I got to go in the room and grab a couple things because my mother-in-law had surgery and she's in my room, so I'm gonna sneak a few things out while she's sleeping.
Okay.
All right.
yeah, I used to do the baseball card thing, or more importantly, my parents started one for me because that was, the thing back in the early '90s. And then, of course, the late '90s happened and everything crashed, just like the comics, but cards even more so. So about 2006, 2007, somewhere in there, I got rid of all my baseball cards.
Yeah. I think a lot of parents, allowed their kids to start collecting, thinking these are going to be valuable someday. It'll help put them through college. And then, wait a second, they're massively overproduced. They're not worth anything. Much like comics at the time. But
Yeah, the best cards I had were like King Griffey Jr. rookie, Chipper Jones rookie, and I don't think they're worth all that much now. And I had an error card with Tom Schmaltz pitcher on it, but it was someone else's stats. And apparently that was a big error, and it's not worth anything. So,
yeah, it's funny, man. The cards now are worth a lot if they're graded and they're a high grade.
well,
Like comics.
it still depends on what they are, though.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Bear, I did pick this up, man. I really wanted this because I'm an Ohio State fan.
Uh-huh.
So I got me a Joe Burrow graded rookie prism signed.
Oh, okay.
Well,
That's high
this
grade.
career's just starting, so this card's in limbo.
He's doing all right.
Yeah, he's doing all right so far. So they don't have a good team, though, boy. Their team. Ugh.
So how does that work being signed? Is it like certified in the grade notes?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, on the it tells you auto, and this is a purple and green prism, and it lists all that stuff up there. See it? AU autograph, then purple green prism, and it's certified.
Also, any autographed.
See the auto? They grade the auto 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sometimes they sign with a terrible pen, right, Bear, and then it gets like an 8 or 9.
Any autographed sports card you get is going to have a number on it as well, out of how many they were produced, like number 41 out of 100 or whatever. Yeah. That kind of makes the authentication process pretty easy.
Yeah, I think it's 96 out of 149.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't focusing, but that's what it is.
Never had graded cards. Like most of my cards, like the only thing I'll have, like maybe a card, like I got my MJ card that's in more of the hard plastic ones. I never take it out. The thick plastic cards. I have a couple of those with Jordans, and I think I have a Derek Jeter one as well. His rookie card.
Well, CGC's now doing Pokemon and Magic. And they're wanting to get into sports later.
Yeah, those are huge.
Yeah.
And remember when they used to have all those cards at the corner stores or the grocery store, comics?
They had them in all. They had them in regular stores, like you get packs at the counter.
That's like after. I think I brought my first set of comic cards at the New York Comic Con back in like '92, and ever since then I've just been buying cards. Whether they in packs or whether they in like the big sets that have like the complete set. And my card fandom started there, and then by 2000, I kind of stopped. I fell off of it.
Which cards?
The Marvel. X-Men cards. It was the Marvel X-Men cards that I brought. It was around 92, 93.
But now, for those of you that may not know, when it comes to Magic: The Gathering, that's actually a really fun strategy game, card game to play. And those cards can bring some big money, and they have their own market, just like comic books do.
I know. I wish I would have bought some of those because I could have. You never know. You might not even know you have a good card because if you're not really playing.
And
it.
my LCS, I mean, I can get new books and everything, but forget having back issues. He's almost completely a Magic shop now. So if I want comic focus, I got to go to another city.
One of my shops has its own dedicated section for Magic, staffed by a guy with knowledge because the other people there don't know.
Yeah.
Like the guy's there all the time. Like anytime they're open, he's there selling Magic cards.
Yeah, you need a guy like that knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
The big shop in Huntsville, it's called The Deep. They have a counter for comics with a huge wall. Then you can go back issues. Then if you turn, there's all the board games and the Magic cards, and then there's a whole counter dedicated just to those with its own wall.
Nice.
So Bear, you're a Tigers fan?
Yeah. I've gotten back into baseball a lot during the pandemic for some reason. I don't know why. It might just be like from my youth, like coming back, nostalgia. But yeah, I mean, for some reason I'm a little bit less into football and a little bit more into baseball lately. So the Tigers are, it's been rough, the rebuild, but we got some young guys that are worth watching.
Big Remo. I don't know if you've seen Big Remo, but he's a Detroit fan. He likes the Lions, so I don't know if it's the Tigers too, but I know he loves the Lions. Boy.
Yeah, I'm Lions free is what we call it around here. We call it being Lions free.
Man,
where we just decide we are not going to even pay attention to them anymore. They don't deserve it. Because all they do is break our hearts, and that's like being in an abusive relationship. You got to get out.
I've never seen a team get so many terrible calls as the Lions. I mean, just terrible calls. It's like they have bad fortune, and then let's just pile on and make some bad calls and really upset the fan base.
How they were up 14 against the Packers?
Man, they had pass interference. A guy spun a guy around in a circle, and they picked the flag up and said there wasn't anything. I'm like, man, he was pirouetting them like it was a dance. I said, you got to be kidding me, man. And what was it? The Calvin Johnson. I mean, he catches the ball, he puts on no catch. I'm like, come on, man.
I was at that game, the one in
Use
Chicago.
common sense sometimes.
I went to Chicago with my buddy to go to that game, and we had left because we had just given up, and we were leaving Soldier Field and walking away with like other groups of fans. Like a lot of people were leaving, thinking the Lions had no chance because when have they ever come back and won? And all of a sudden, like some people start yelling, and we hear like a big roar from the
Nothing
stadium.
like hearing a big yell roar in your out of the stadium.
Like something must have just happened, like because everyone thought Calvin Johnson had scored a touchdown, and there were a good amount of Lions fans there, enough to make noise to let us know that something had happened. And then like sort of everyone's like on their phones, like what's going on? And like everyone just huddles up and like waits for the updates. And we learned, about a half mile away from the stadium what had happened, and we're like, okay, I guess it's good that we weren't in there for that because that would be even worse.
Oh man, that was a terrible call, man.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a Saints fan in the chat.
Who that? We know who that is.
Oh yeah. It's good to be a Saints fan, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's good. I got Michael. What's his name? Their receiver, and Jesus, man, he's hurt already. I'm like, I drafted him. And he's hurt. Michael Thomas, he's never hurt, but I draft him and he's hurt.
I'm just sitting here as a 0-2 Giants squad, and the damn meme of how many years the Giants started 0-2 over the last like 7 years, something like that.
Are they?
And they lost Saquon Barkley.
I know, right? It's like, no, the injuries last weekend is crazy, man.
Yeah, man. It was
when the 49ers got hurt.
The whole 49ers, I had them as my defense. Like 4 or 5 of their guys are out.
That was crazy.
I was at the Outback Bowl, and it was Alabama versus, I think it was Iowa. And I left, right? I was like, it's over, man. It's over. And I think I was winning, and then Alabama like scored 2 touchdowns in like the end or something. We heard all the yelling, man. It was on my phone. Did you see that one, Will? It was in the Outback Bowl for sure because I was there.
No, I don't watch the ones that are going to be
You,
obvious.
you only watch the national championship game, huh? he's used to the upper class. You go to a meaningless bowl game, you get no attention. Oh man,
Hialeah with his Raider Nation.
I can't. Yeah, they cost me a drink this week. I bet they lose and they won. Damn it, man.
Tough being a Raiders fan because you constantly got to keep track of where they're based.
Yeah.
I just can't say Las Vegas Raiders, man.
The Rochester Raiders this week.
And every time I see the abbreviation for Los Angeles Chargers, it says LAC. I just think of the Clippers.
Yeah, me too.
Yo,
That
Matt.
LAC throws me up. I'm like, that's a freaking charge.
What's
Hey,
up,
Steve, man. Matt there.
Steve? What's up, brother? What's going on, man?
What's happening, man? Good to see you.
Chilling. Good to see y'all, man. Doing my regular Saturday routine.
We know you're hunting because you got a mask on.
Got the mask on, brother.
Were you getting groceries or comics?
Huh?
You getting groceries or comics?
Getting comics, man.
Okay. I can't tell from the back.
Yeah.
Hey, comics is groceries, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's soul food. That's soul food, son. What?
Look out.
I see a Russian in the screen.
You see that savage? There you is. Look at that savage.
That's a perfect example. They need to make a mask made for men with glorious beards.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave's again.
No, man, we actually at prime time today, man. We kept it at home, man. I actually busted my wallet last night. So
Yeah, I finally watched that whole video you did. I was like, damn, that's a lot.
oh, wait till the next one. The next one just as worse. I messed around last night, man, and came up on the spawn stash, man. You know those spawns between like 175 and 230?
230, 240
Yeah.
somewhere in there.
Yeah, dude had them for like $10 a pop. I was just
Damn.
lighting them up,
That
man.
220, I think, is a hard one. I think I've never seen that in the wild. The
Yeah,
220.
that one. Well, Dave has it. Dave's has it, but I think a guy got it that day I was up there. Yeah. So just out here, man. Al is doing his little thing, man. He came up on this, man.
Oh yeah.
Yep. In the Star Wars committee now. So we just out here hunting today, man.
Did he get the Samuel L. Jackson cover?
No, they didn't have that one, man. I was looking for that one. I think everybody got those just off the rip because it was him on the cover, you know. Yep. So that's pretty much about it on our end, man. I know once we get to the house tonight, because I'm probably gonna wrap up here in about 15 minutes, and then I'm probably gonna head home and hop on. I'll hop on from the house.
All right, man.
But I want to come holler at y'all boys, man. Say hey to everybody on the panel, man.
Yo, man, I'm glad you came on, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Sean, you got you a haircut, ain't you, man?
Oh yeah, man, I got the nice.
Hey, Al. Hey, Al, look at your boy, man. Look at Sean. Look at this Sean. Got a fresh cut, man. You looking like you better back up there for Baby DeVoe. Oh man, my boy Sean looking good.
Yeah, man, I like it. Hey, my birthday coming up, so I like let me look clean for it, man.
I hear you, man.
Hey, I can't be looking like an old man on my birthday, man. 37 years old. I'm like, nah, bro. I gotta have that young look.
Hey, Steve, you better tell him once you get close to that 40 mark, it don't matter, man. It don't matter, bro.
Yeah, once you get a girl and you get all that, don't forget all that shit.
That's for sure, man.
All right, man. We will hop back on in a little bit, man.
All right, man.
All right, man.
All right.
See you
Peace, fellas.
later. Al.
All right.
Hey, Sean Varangian wants you to check your IG.
Yeah, I did. He sent me the information on the package that he sent me.
Hmm.
You know, he's sending me that first static.
So
I got a static annual #1, Sean, if you want it.
What was that, Big Will?
Oh, I was just going to say, so what did you get? But apparently Steve's going to give you something too.
I got a whole stack of stuff for him. I just got to see him. I'm making him see me before he get the mail. He's gonna
Yeah,
come to Tampa. Or I'm gonna go to Orlando.
We're gonna meet up eventually.
Mhm.
But I think I sold Big Will off air. I got House of Secrets,
Oh,
Those are nice covers, man.
so cool.
and I got House of Mystery. These are like I bought out of the back begins. And I sold this earlier, the Wolverine. Sorry, really. And some of the new books I bought, I already have this issue, but I just went ahead and got the J. Lee variant because I do like it, and that's the Niobe She Is Death issue number 4. Really enjoyed the series. I'm gonna go back and start reading the She Is Life before I conclude this. I might do the best haircut on the stream next to Sean. Got Deep Space Nine, Too Long, Sacrifice issue number 2.
Looks heavy.
Yeah. Black Widow number 1. This was in my pull for some reason in my box, so they probably said to check it out. So I'll probably give it a try.
Adam Hughes.
Black Magic issue number 14. Glad the series is back after that long hiatus. It like felt like 4 years hiatus. You know, I think Jeff showed this stuff, but Vampirella Trial of the Soul. Interested to read this. Then I hate when Marvel does this, but they always tend to do it. It's Amazing Spider-Man, Sins of Norman Osborn number 1. Supposed to connect with the Sins Rising. I wasn't going to get it, but then I decided to get it. But you know, I don't really like when Marvel does these, and then because I'm reading Spider-Man, they tend to put it in my box because I'm reading Spider-Man. But at the same time, I don't like that $4.99 price tag, so most of the time I put them back. But I picked it up today. Here's Batman 99. And Steve, you're gonna like this next one. I saw it; it was the only one left in my shop. Third printing. I had to get it just to give it a read, check it out, and that's.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Hell
yeah, that's a good pickup.
So now I feel like I'm a part of the Strange Academy Club now, man.
Yeah, because that's the one I got too.
Did you finally read it, Steve? He just got that. He ain't had time. Did you finally read it?
I haven't read it yet. I haven't read. It's hard for me to read my comics, man. I don't want to damage them.
We got Kurt in the chat. He's saying it's a great read.
Damn, I'm gonna have to read it, man, because Will says good, he says good, and a few other people told me it.
I got this facsimile, Tales of Suspense.
Yeah, I saw that today.
I got to go down the shop and get me some facsimiles. I love those things.
I love that cover, man.
So, yeah. Then I got this Ben Oliver, Vengeance of Vampirella.
Dude, Ben Oliver doesn't get the love he deserves.
Yeah, he's a really good artist, man. I enjoy his covers and the different style of tones that he used when the coloring. Like this blue just really pops.
That's perfect.
Yeah. That's it. That's it for me. I do have a package I have to open, but I'm gonna let somebody else go. Steve, you want to show them something?
I just got a couple things we picked up. Something for Sanimation. We picked up a self-portrait of her. That looks damn near just like her. That's from Jeff. He bought it for Sanimation. I picked up this Bounty Hunters. I love the Bounty Hunters, the covers on the Bounty Hunters.
Yeah.
And the only other thing I picked up, man, I had to get the Destroyer done. Man, look at that cover, man.
The revenge from how they treated him with Howard.
Yeah, man, he's coming out with guns a-blazing. He's got a hand grenade. He's got a few hand grenades. The Destroyer done.
This will not spray.
Don't tell Gigi.
I don't know where she is.
You're going to have to find her.
I'm kind of curious, man. What are you going to pull a rookie?
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
I do have this one, Bear.
See, that's the one I'm hoping to pull today. But I went digging and found a few more fun ones to show you guys. Sean, you were talking about the few cards that you had that were in like those screw down holders.
Yeah.
I found the two that I have from my childhood. One of them's good. This is Scottie Pippen rookie.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, nice.
Was that an 89? Is that an 89 or 88 player?
I think it's 88. But when Last Dance came on, the documentary, I was like, do I have that card? And I went and found it. And then this one's not quite as good, but I was a big U of M fan, University of Michigan fan back in the day.
Oh man,
And
I remember watching them guys, the Fab Five. God,
you had to send away for this card. Like it was like a redemption card. And they would send you like the whole top 5 picks or whatever. And, of course, I thought this card was going to make me rich someday. But those are the 2 I have in screw down holders. I found another card. I don't know if you guys agree with me on this, but I feel like this guy looks like a member of our comic book community. Let's see if it focuses in. Anyone else
Bake
think
the snake.
the snake?
Bake the snake. That's what it looks like.
This one just-
1975, Bake the Snake.
I'm like, I didn't know he played.
yeah,
That's pretty cool. And then do you guys remember these from McDonald's? These
oh
sheets?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
I still got my Sports Illustrated cards that I had, when I got the magazine.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, what, Sports Illustrated for kids?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had those cutout cards and stuff.
Those,
Yeah, I
those
still got those.
got destroyed real easily.
I still got those in my little folder.
But anyway, I'll just open these up while you guys are talking. Let you know if I get anything good or another
Hey,
big snake card.
Hey Bear,
No,
I got a card from
See every card.
for you. I
Sorry?
always show this card,
Oh wow.
the Michael Jordan rookie sticker.
No, is that 6.5 out of 10?
Yeah, it's got a little, like it got some kind of coloring on it, and I thought about, man, I wonder could I get this cleaned, because if that would come off, man, it would up this card to about an 8 or 9, because it's centered pretty good. These cards are known to be off center bad. You can see the back; it's off center bad. You see how it
Yeah.
goes kind of downhill,
Centering is massively important.
especially on them older cards when they, figured it before they figured it out.
Nice.
I got my Kobe rookie.
Damn, man, I was gonna get a Kobe rookie from Vigilante and then fucking Post Office, man. Oh man.
Don't worry, Sean. I've got plenty. I've got like 7 of them. But this guy's underrated. I'm waiting for him to go in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, Vince Carter. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a Jim Mint 10 PSA. This one will be a good card.
Didn't he just retire? He had a real long career.
Yeah, he was just playing last year for sure. I don't know if he played this year.
Yeah, he retired earlier this year.
Hey Bear, this is the guy you want to have cards of.
Oh,
Mike
Trout.
Trout. Man, his cards are worth a ton of money, man.
You know what the problem with Trout is though? Like baseball doesn't market its players well.
No.
People
He's
don't.
on a losing LA team. They're not even above 500 right now.
All right, so I opened the first pack. Didn't get the one card that I wanted, but this one's pretty decent. The John Smoltz rookie.
Ooh.
Oh, hell
Nice.
yeah.
That's a keeper.
And they ruled that division for like, what?
A whole
The whole
decade.
decade, man.
I'm a Mets fan. I know. I know losing to the Braves every damn year.
They were good, man.
This is weird. There's some random debris in here with these cards. It's just the letter E a bunch of times. Okay. Jose
Maybe
Canseco.
that's a sign.
Oh, hopefully. User. Juice man.
No.
Come on, Griffey.
Wrong Mariner. Eric Hansen. Wow, a bunch of Mariners. None of the good one. All
Hey,
right.
Big Will, I watched him do an unboxing of an 86 player, and the guy pulled a Michael Jordan rookie. And
I saw that too. And he like freaked out, didn't he?
yeah, I thought he was gonna bend it. He's jumping all around. I'm like, man, calm down with that card in your hand, man. He went crazy, man. He's jumping around.
That's definitely not directed towards me.
Bad news, John. That Pete Incaviglia is not worth much.
He was running.
I didn't mean to derail
Heard of him.
the show onto sports cards, but I think that was kind of fun.
That's all right, man.
You guys want to see the comics that I should have been showing off on my channel if I've been making videos this year?
Okay.
Sure.
Definitely.
There's only 4 of them that I've ordered off eBay, individual books. I want to get some more Kirby in my collection, so when you got
Man,
That one looks really centered.
it is very like I was real picky about that. It's
Yeah.
pretty clean. I think I'm going to submit this one.
The DC and the 20th circle are perfect.
what up, me?
What up?
What's going on?
Big Reed.
Hey, I already set up the next hip hop show next Friday.
I seen that. I'm ready. It's gonna be all of us again or what?
Yeah, the rest of the Comic Hall going to join us.
Everybody but 90. 90's banned.
Poor 90.
90, man. I didn't know 90 was so young, man.
Yeah.
90's like 18 years old.
Yeah, 90 was like born in 90.
Yeah, right. It made me feel so old. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Hey, go ahead, Bear.
Just an early Daredevil here with I like the Doctor cover.
I love that cover, man.
Please.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice cover, man.
These are all just like $20 to $30 eBay purchases, nothing big, but just fun stuff to have in your collection. And then I bought this one the week before they brought back Mike Murdock. I was thinking, 'cause they did in Daredevil Annual recently.
Yeah.
He came back, and I'm like, okay, so is it good to have this or bad now? Either way. I don't know. Death of Mike Murdock, his brother. And then here's my favorite one, guys. I spent so much time looking for this too, and never found a copy I liked. Detective Comics, where he's lifting up
Sasquatch?
the gorilla with the bombs
Oh, the gorilla.
attached to it. Just one of the craziest covers you'll ever see. Like if he touches the ground, the bombs will go off and destroy all of Gotham City. So Batman has to just keep lifting him up. Just your classic stupid Silver Age story.
Man, that's the definition of the gorilla on the back, man.
Yeah. Robin's like, just so you know, you can't drop it. And he's like, I know.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
That reminds me of the war movies where they're walking and they step on the mine and you hear it go, and now they can't move. I'm like, man, what the hell? Ain't no way I'm doing that.
Don't move a muscle.
Don't move. Well, I'm going to eventually have to move.
I gotten these off of eBay to try and complete this run of the real Ghostbusters. And you know me.
Oh, yeah. that is on brand for you.
Yep. Got issue 22. Got issue 16. Got these all from my comic shop, so I probably gonna clean them out with the Ghostbusters. Issue 15. Issue 27.
When did those come out? Like, are those 90s or?
These are late 80s, early 90s under Now Comics, back when the cartoon was running.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my mail call for the day. Real Ghostbuster books.
Those are cool.
Remo, what's going on, man?
Oh, man, not too much.
Bear, who was that pitcher that pitched for Detroit that had, was it 30 wins? The last one with 30 wins or something?
Denny McLean?
Danny McLean, yeah.
Like,
Damn, that's so crazy. That might not never happen again the way they treat the pitchers.
You know what's funny? I work in the news, and we just got a press release the other day saying Denny McClain is having a huge like auction of all of his old stuff. I guess he probably needs money, knowing him. But
I thought he passed away. Who was that just passed away?
Al Kaline,
No. Like maybe like 2 weeks. Who was the pitcher that got in trouble?
Tom Seaver.
No. He got in trouble for gambling and all that. Went to jail for what's his name? He died like 2 weeks ago.
I think that's Denny McClain, but I don't think he died.
Yeah, I think he died. I think he died like 2 weeks ago.
I mean, I work in the news in Detroit, and we would have covered the heck out of that.
Who's the one that got in trouble for not tax evasion? Something. He was he had a sketchy life, but he was one of the best pitchers.
Was it Mickey Lolich?
God, who was
Yeah, Mickey was a lefty, a crafty lefty, man.
They're both still alive, McClain and Lolich.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know.
Denny McClain was sketchy though.
Yeah, it was someone who just I remember he was like they said that he was like in trouble for he did something. He went to prison for a few years and then he got out and everything was normal, but they said he was like had the highest average winning percentage or something for that time period or whatever. I could be wrong though. It was somebody. I thought it was Denny McClain.
I did get a book this week. Totally forgot about it.
I'm putting together an RC car. Oh,
That's so cool.
Spider-Man, not ready for prime time.
that John Belushi?
Yeah.
I remember that book, man. I remember that. I'm putting an RC car together right now.
Oh man, look at that.
Now, is that a child's toy RC or an adult RC?
This is the real deal, man.
So how much?
That looks like a drag car.
It's not. That's not the color it's gonna be. It's not even that car. It's just the chassis and everything I'm putting together. So during COVID, I started a whole bunch of other hobbies too. So I got back into RC. So I built like a crawler. So I got like this Ford Bronco that I put together.
I had one. I had one of those, right?
Hey, you
Remo?
have to make it white so you can have the OJ chase.
Nah. But see, I messed it up, so I'm gonna have to weather it. I'm gonna make.
Oh,
it
that's a 70s model, right? Or 80s?
69.
Is
That's
there
a
like
69?
yeah, they doing there?
And then I got for this drag car, it's gonna be a 66 Nova 2. And then I'm gonna buy another one eventually, and I got a 79 Monte Carlo body for it.
That's it. That one's a square body, isn't it?
Yeah. The little
one's a square body. Remo, I just sold my 70 Bronco. I had a real. I'll send you a picture one.
No, don't do that.
Hey, it was jacked up, four-wheel drive, all that.
Don't do that. You're gonna break my heart, man. I love K5s, man.
He pulled out the bonds.
I love K5s. I love Broncos, man.
Yeah, the Blazers.
Yeah, I love Blazers, Broncos. I love all that stuff, man.
What's the other one? The International Scout.
The Scout, yeah, the Scout 2, yep. Scout 2, yep. I love all that stuff, man.
Yeah, when you were talking about cars, Remo, and y'all are killing me, man.
Man, I can't tell you how many cars I've had over the years. Right now, I'm trying to get a Datsun 510, but
That's a square body too.
Yeah. I've been trying to find one of those, but man, can I tell you that I had a Datsun? I bought a B210 probably in 98. I bought it off of one of my friends for $40. He had bought it off this old lady. It was in pristine condition.
For $40, you bought a car, a real car?
Real car.
Holy crap!
I bought it off of him for $40. He just didn't want it. I was just like, dude, I'm like, there's nothing wrong with the car. I'm like, it's original. Like, what's going on? And he sold it to me. He's like, I don't even want the car. And I'm like, okay, I'll take it. Bought it off him for $40, man. I can't believe I sold it, man. I made a profit when I sold it, but I never should have sold that car, man. I seen one of those cars right now, and the guy wanted like 20 grand for it.
Those things are popular, man.
Man, and there's this guy who's by my brother's, lives in this city called Tracy out in the valley, and he's like the top Datsun 510 builder, so he builds them for like Jay Leno, like all the people who restore them. He builds them, and when I get my money right, I'm gonna go to him and have him hook it up, man, because that's where I got, because you can only find them like barn finds out here, so you gotta go to like, you gotta drive up to like Oregon or like the border of California and Oregon, like out in the Emerald Triangle out there. You gotta go out there and try and find it, man. But yeah, I'm like, I'm a redneck, man, so I live in the Bay Area. That's all.
You're a redneck stuck in the smog.
If I was anywhere else, man, I'd be doing all the redneck stuff, man. That's what I'd be doing. So I'd be racing cars and scooping them up and fishing.
Yeah, you were talking about the Oldsmobile. I had a Cutlass. You were talking about the Cutlass.
That Cutlass right there, man. Man, my cousin had one of those, man. I remember he bought one of those. I think he bought it like, it was probably like 99. Same thing. He bought it off an old lady, And that car had I think he bought it in 98 or 99, and it had 28,000 miles on it. And it was like a root beer brown with a black top.
Man,
The car was nice, man. And he just let it go, man. I was just like,
Man, that old lady's selling cars for cheap all time, man.
you gotta, if you can find an old lady who just don't care, like, can't drive anymore, they always have the best cars because they never drove them.
Never went to one.
He only drove it to church on Sunday.
Exactly. Exactly. Church
Hey,
was-
Will,
and
and
then
church
just
was only
grocery
half a
store,
block.
right? And then after a while, people were driving her there, so that car stayed parked. You know what I mean? You might have had to buy it and change the tires or something like that. You know what I mean? So
It's never gone above 50 miles per hour either.
never. So you obviously, when you buy it, you got to break it in, take it down the freeway, and open it up a little bit.
Hey, y'all remember when y'all was talking about the Atlanta Braves? I hated losing to this guy.
Glavin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was none of him, Maddox, and
My dad was a huge Braves fan, man. My dad
I
was
hated the Braves, and they always beat the Mets.
Glavin, Maddox, and Smoltz.
Smokes,
Yes,
man.
smoke.
I still couldn't believe when Chicago let them get Smoke or let them
Yeah.
get Maddox. I was like, what? How
Yeah.
the hell you just let him just go and just? How could you do that? He was good on the Cubs. Like, he was good.
Man, the early to mid 90s was the best time to be a Braves fan.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah, even if they only won one World Series, how all those pennants they won.
Man, what was crazy is like how quick the Yankees came out of nowhere and just stole their thunder and just never let them get where they needed to get. You know what I mean? Like, Yankees just blew them out of the water, man. And it was always something stupid. It was never their pitching. It was never their pitching.
It had elite pitching. I forgot
remember
that.
David Justice was going to be the best player in the world. I mean,
Yeah.
it didn't quite happen.
Then they had Andrew Jones after that.
Yeah.
Until he got with Halle Berry, and that just crushed his whole hopes of doing anything.
Sean, who's your team that you were always against the Braves?
The Mets.
Oh, you're a Mets? Okay.
Hey, my dad used to take me to Mets games because he was a Met fan, and he was at the World Series when Bill Buckner had to play that. He was there.
Yeah.
And I remember he brought me this book, from when we used to go to Mets games that had all the Mets cards in there.
Oh, that's amazing.
I think, man, I was in elementary school, and the Mets were the world, man. Darryl Strawberry and Dwight Gooden, and
Yep.
The Cocaine Mets.
that team was just that team
Yeah,
was like,
the cocaine Mets.
yeah, that was my whole elementary school, like up until and I remember vividly because I remember trying to trade a Darryl Strawberry rookie, a Topps rookie card, and I don't know how I was trying to do that, but a Darryl Strawberry Topps rookie and I forget the name of him, the Transformer that was the Army Jeep.
Oh yeah.
Those two things for a Hulk 181, and dude was not having it. He was like,
That'd have been, hey, that would have been your greatest trade ever.
would have been the best trade in the world. And I was like, what about if I give you a page of Darryl Strawberry and 2 Dwight Goodens? And he was like, he thought about it for like 2 recesses, and he was just like, nah, can't.
Hey, Remo,
At that time, I think.
Can you imagine getting a Hulk 181?
Hey, and I think at that time, Hulk 181 was like $60 or $70 at the time.
Oh my God.
It was like worth like $70 because you know when you would look inside a Mile High, it would
yeah,
tell
the
you-
Mile High where you order
yeah,
that's what I
you
use as
could
my
at
price
that
tag.
time you could have ordered it for like $60, and I remember I was just like, I can't afford that. I can't get that. Like my mom's not gonna buy that for me, so I was trying to trade it, and it wasn't even. It was a total reader copy, but I mean, at that time, if I would have got it, it would have been. It would probably have been like a 7 or 8 right now.
Wow.
Yeah, it was not,
Hey Remo, I used to play baseball against Dwight Gooden. I batted against him, Sheffield, and all them guys. They're all from here.
that's crazy.
Hey man,
I remember when Sheffield was with the Marlins when they won the World Series.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Oh, yeah.
there's so many players from. There's one little league here
Mhm.
called Belmont Heights, and I'm telling you, they have like 5 or 6 pros went from them years that played pro baseball
yeah.
that were all on the same little league team. Man, you couldn't beat them. They're in my district.
Wow.
That's crazy.
We were runners up every year, man.
Yeah.
Every year, because we were like, all we worried about was the pitching rotation because you can pitch every other game.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to bat against Dwight Gooden. Man, he was throwing that shit 90 at 12 years old.
Right.
For real, the ball looked about that big.
And it's crazy because like how you say that, like, and I told you all the people that like I went to school or grew up with and went to the pros, like they were always leaps and bounds above everybody either on their team or in the league. Like they would be the best team, but they were so like by and far. I remember my friend Delta, like they would have him play quarterback. One quarter he's playing receiver. Next one he's the running back. You know what I mean? And he's on defense. It's like
Mhm.
when they have that good player, they just put you all over the
Was that David Cohn?
Nolan
Was that
Ryan.
Nolan?
Nolan Ryan.
Oh, that's Nolan. Oh, I didn't see the T.
What year
This
is
dude
that?
played a long time too.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was on the when he was that young. I thought he was on the Astros.
He played for the Texans, the Rangers. I mean,
Yeah, that's like a 94 card or something, or 95.
oh, he was 92.
When he was
That's
young, I thought he was on the Astros.
hey, Remo. Nolan Ryan came out to throw the first pitch, and he was 66 years old, and his first pitch was clocked at 86 miles an hour, and he was 66 years old.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ,
That guy had gas, man.
dude! Yeah, he had
Yeah.
gas. He was
Rodriguez.
yeah, Ivan
That
Rodriguez.
Pudge.
Yeah.
Pudge.
Man, he was freaking good, man.
Yeah, Pudge was the man, especially on those Marlin teams when he was already washed up and he still was fucking
Still was better than 3/4 of the catches in the league.
gunning people from his knees at that when he was late in his career, man.
Well, Tigers got him right at the end of his career, and he helped
Yeah.
us to a World Series.
Yeah. Late in his career. That was a good team. That last Tigers team with Melky and all them. That was a good team, man.
Yeah, they had Cabrera when Cabrera was still real good.
That was a good team. That was a real good team. I remember we snuck into Tiger Stadium and they had just built it, and it was it was during the Super Bowl. I want to say it was like 99. I think it was the year, or what year did the Giants play the Baltimore in the Super Bowl? Was that 99? Or that it was 99
I
or
think it was
2000?
2000.
I think it might have been 2000.
Yeah, one of
Yeah,
them. Okay, so
2000.
2000. So I was out there. Yeah, hold on one second.
Hey, Steve Woods here. What's going on?
And I stuck in because
Yep.
they were building
Yo, Steve Wood.
Ford Field and they were
Steve
building
Wood.
Tigers. And we went and hopped in and walked in there and walked around the whole stadium and just chilled, man. And that was the best thing in the world, man, because I'd never been back since.
Are you talking about Tiger Stadium or Comerica Park, like the new
Comerica
newer?
Park. I'm sorry, yeah.
Okay.
Comerica Park.
Because Tiger Stadium might have still been there for you to sneak into. if you
Yeah,
wanted.
no. Yeah, I could have snuck that anytime, right? I could have snuck into a game.
I think Detroit spring training is in Lakeland, close to us here.
Yes. it
Oh,
is.
okay. Yeah.
Here's a card of Patrick Mahomes' dad.
Oh my gosh.
Pat Mahomes.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I remember when he was like a reliever, man.
Yep.
I think I only got a couple of cards here at my house. The rest are at my mom's house, but I think most of them are of my buddy. I got this one.
Delta O'Neal. I remember him.
Emmett Smith. I don't know if this is anything.
Emmett.
It's a cool looking card.
Got another one of them.
I think football cards back then was sweet, man.
Hey, hold on, timeout. Remo, if you have that card you just showed, you need Drew Brees in that card. Is that a 2000? Is that a 2001?
Yeah, I think 2000.
Yeah, that's Brees rookie card.
When he's with the Chargers.
Yeah, he's with the Chargers.
Oh no, that wasn't Drew Brees.
No, I'm saying you need Drew Brees in that same card, that Bowman's Best card.
Of this, in this,
of that year, yeah.
Yeah, they were all him. This one and this is the last one. I got a bunch of them. He gave them to me. And then I got this one. This was
boy, that dude threw heat right there, boy.
I saw his last game when he blew out his elbow. I was at the game when he played in the Giants. So speaking of redemption cards, I got this one because when you had to redeem it for Upper Deck. So this is a Dwayne Wade rookie
redemption. That one should be good then, Remo.
Yeah,
because redemption cards sometimes didn't get redeemed or on time.
You have to redeem it for this because you could have anybody. You could have got everybody from 2 on because number 1 was LeBron.
I can tell you who number 2 was. He was Darko Milic. He was horrible. And that's who I got in I bought a box of Upper Deck glass. And out of all those good rookies I could have got, I got him, man. I will never forget that.
Hey, you could have at least gotten Carmelo, right?
Yeah, anybody but number 2.
And the crazy part was I only got this one because I had redeemed the other card and it was like a Steve Francis.
Yeah.
It was like a redemption card. And I'm like, I want Steve Francis. And they sent it to me and it was messed up. So they were like, oh, well, we'll make it up to you. So they said, pick a card. But you can't pick LeBron, but you can pick anybody else.
Shit, they'd let you pick LeBron, boy, you'd be looking good.
That would have
right
been the
now,
first option, you know what I mean? But they told me.
But you picked the second best option.
Yeah, because I didn't want Carmelo.
Yeah, he's all offense, no defense.
Yeah, I didn't want Carmelo. But this Dwayne Wade, I remember Pat Riley was like talking about I take it back. He had blew up in the tournament. Marquette had
I remember that.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that kid might be good. And I remember watching the interview with Pat Riley. He was like, man, this guy's going to be good for us. And I was like, I'll get him. And, man, he showed improved, man.
Improved. I remember getting those baseball cards in your cereal boxes.
Oh, yeah, right?
Oh,
yeah.
I do remember that one. Willie Mays.
Oh, those look like Sportflix ones where they change?
Yeah. Like plastic inside the cereal. It's got Captain
I got a couple of those, man.
Ends up having Captain Crunch dust all over it.
I got a whole page full of them. Dan Quinberry.
Oh, man.
Sidearm, right? That dude, man, I would have never got a hit off him in my life.
The quiz, man. Hey, you remember I'm dating myself. You remember Micro League Baseball on the computer back in the day, man? That Dan Quisenberry was the man.
Yeah, he do that unhittable sidearm underhand shit.
Yeah.
Do they even still put baseball cards or anything in them cereal boxes? Because we got a lot of good shit out of them.
Nah.
Yeah.
I had a Kool-Aid man.
Sean, I was only getting what cereal had good shit in them. I didn't care what the cereal was if it had something good in it.
I remember I got a dope Marvel comic from Kool-Aid one time. I ordered it when I had to save up the proof of purchase, and it was the Kool-Aid Man comic book. I remember getting that as a kid. I wish I still had that.
Another one.
Still Necro.
The knuckler.
And it's lenticular too.
Yeah, it's just some good cards, man. Thank you back.
I think I got a top chrome Kobe rookie, and that's the one where you got to peel off the.
Bear, did you get it?
Get what?
The Griffey rookie.
No. I opened those all already, but I wanted to show you a card that makes me cry whenever I look at it.
Ah,
He would have been the best. He would have been a Hall of Famer.
hey, what?
Man, I never seen somebody could run so fast, jump so high, and he'd break a bat like a twig. It looked like a toothpick to him.
Remember that All-Star game that he was just dominating?
Yeah.
I love watching. Remember, he would run off the outfield
Then
wall.
we got our
Yeah, he ran off the outfield wall.
He just
Michael
ran
Jordan
off
retirement card.
Which one?
third retirement.
Exactly.
First, second, or third.
1993, 93,
Yeah, great.
something like that.
Yeah. With a different woman next to him each time.
We never saw his wife in that documentary, did we?
Right?
Nope.
He never made an appearance in the documentary. Never.
Oh, hilarious.
And then I have a couple of these. Actually, I got some doubles of Negro League cards.
Ooh.
I got that. I got
Hey, the reprints they did of the old one.
this is actually Eclipse cards. And I see the Kraft logo on this, so I probably got my Kraft cheese box.
I think I used to have some of those. I remember having a Satchel Paige.
That's the one I would want.
I don't see I got two Josh. I got a Josh Gibson Sr. too.
Yeah, that one or a Satchel Paige.
Hey man, here's one of the awesome hitters you'll ever see. Rod Carew.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Dude, he was so freaking good, man. Him and Tony Gwynn. Rod Carew he wouldn't hit for power, but he'll get on base.
Tony Gwynn was great, man.
Yeah, Tony Gwynn was super good, man. And this guy was good too.
Oh,
Johnny Bench.
Oh yeah.
I like Johnny Bench. He's a good dude.
Johnny was a freaking good ass catcher and a good hitter, man.
Man, they gotta let Pete Rose out, man. They gotta let him in, man. They gotta let him in.
Little Derek Jeter rookie card. And this card I thought was going to be a real good card, but not because of steroids. Bonds rookie.
I would still hold on to it.
I'm holding on to it. You ain't no one getting my cards.
Yeah, that bad boy right there.
I hold on to my.
I still got the Sports Illustrated kid of Jordan playing baseball.
Oh man, look at that design, that '90s design.
Yeah, man, straight 90s.
90,
Straight up.
that
Sports
94.
Illustrated kids.
Then I got this Ty Cobb.
Hey man, Ty Cobb, to me, I don't think there was a better baseball player than him, man.
Yeah.
I was about to say he's
Worst human being.
the best.
Hey, Ty Cobb said that if you can't hit better than 300, you should quit playing baseball. There will be no one playing nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
you guys
this
remember
is-
this one?
What is it? What's he got?
Oh, wait.
Oh, Nolan, man.
Right.
You imagine him throwing a football and have that tailing action on it?
That spiral, man.
Yeah,
Throw
man.
that sweet spiral.
Hey, Bear, if he hit you with one of those Voight footballs from PE, you know, the plastic ones that got like concrete in the tips. Oh, Jesus, he'd have killed you.
Not even fair.
Hey, this is my most disappointing card I ever got.
Oh my goodness.
Brady.
Hey, look, it's a 1-of-1 signed rookie patch, the only one in the world, and he sucked. Damn it.
I had high hopes for that dude.
Me too, man. I thought that he was, the system would,
I think nobody could save the Browns, man.
you can't go to Cleveland and expect to be good at anything, man. Cleveland will ruin your life.
No matter what.
What do you got there, man?
Speaking of steroids,
Oh, there you go. Both of those.
look how skinny these little kids look.
5th grade. My 5th grade teacher had a baseball card club, so we would stay after school and he would bring out all the cards and we could buy them.
Hey, Bear, you didn't see this card when I showed. I think you were looking down. Look at Bonds. Look at that little skinny dude.
You just
Another one.
dude. Same with this one.
Yeah, right.
Same year.
Yeah.
Hey,
Same here.
Normal looking athlete. Normal looking athlete.
Hey,
great. He was
Hey,
still
man,
great.
they can say what they want about steroids, but man, still you have to make. Man, he would have been a Hall of Famer regardless, man.
He was good then.
Man, hitting
Yeah.
him was like the hardest thing to do.
But I was always an Andy Van Slyke fan. That was my guy. Man.
Oh, he was great.
That was
Yeah.
my-
Yeah,
I like
another lefty.
but Andy Van Slyke was my guy. Man.
I remember Ricky Henderson, man, when I watched him steal bases and stuff. Man, that dude just moved like lightning, man. Every time he on first base, I'm worried that he gonna fucking steal a base, man. Because
Yeah,
That's
he
what-
was going to steal a base.
The amazing thing about him was even when he got old and he wasn't that fast anymore, his instincts were so good that he knew how to get the jump he needed to get to the
Yep.
base.
Yeah.
yep, I remember when he played for the Mets. I was like, damn, he washed up, man. He looked old and stuff, but then he still would make that instinct and steal bases. He still had that impact with us.
I don't have it here, but my grandmother and his mom were best friends. So when I graduated from 8th grade, he gave me his rookie card and he autographed it.
Oh man.
Have that inside of this one of those plastics that you were talking about with the screws in it. I got it in one of those. I think
One of these?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got it in one of those.
Oh yeah, that's that. Those Fleer cards like that, Bear, they're slowly creeping up, man.
And then my
I
cousin,
got a couple Jordans, I think, from
The
that
one-
year,
like,
89, 90s.
If you got a Jordan from this set, wow.
So my cousin had a page of them, and when he had like one whole sheet of them, and he sold over the years. He sold them when we were kids. That was when they were only $150, worth $150. He sold them, and then he went to the military, and he came home, and he was got honorably discharged, and then he needed money, so he went and sold the rest of them, man, because it was like $600 for all like 5 or 6. And I was just like, kept telling him, I was like, dude, don't sell them. He's all, I have to. He's all, but I saved one, so I think he still has one left.
Man.
I mean, he had a whole sheet, like it was like what 3, 6, 9, like 9. He had that one, and he had the one that was the perforated one that had Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and
Yeah, that's 79 top.
yeah, it's got had one other. I think it had three players on.
Yeah,
it.
it has 3 little individual cards,
Yeah,
but they're attached. You
Exactly.
can separate them, but you don't want to separate them.
Yeah, he didn't separate. He kept that one.
I still have this thing at the end of my folder with the baseball.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that one.
In this.
NLBP.
Negro League Baseball
Oh,
Players Association.
Yeah, from 1992. I like to keep nuggets like these, some people just kind of throw them away and stuff, but man, I just had this in the back of my baseball portfolio and been there ever since, man. I keep anything with.
Yeah, I grabbed a couple of these from my LCS. I don't know if this is worth anything, but
Oh man,
I grabbed it. There was like 2 of them, and I grabbed them.
you grab both of them?
Yeah.
Bro, that only built for Cuban links, man. We gotta talk about that next week.
That's the only reason why I grabbed it was so I could show it on the show.
Yeah, because I'm not a fan of Totally Awesome Hulk. Like I don't like.
Yeah, I never read it. I just saw the cover and I was like, let me get that. I had to grab a couple of them. They're fair. I don't know if they're worth anything, but I figure all those
Hip hops are pretty cool.
yeah, they're just might never see them again. Especially right now.
Well, if they ever decide to do something with Totally Awesome Hulk, then you might see a spike in that. Might.
They talked about him not too
Whoa,
long
big
ago.
chat. And 90s in the chat. What's going on, guys?
What's up, 90?
So, Bear, do you want to talk about what you have planned?
Oh yeah, sure. You mean the thing that's been consuming my life for the past 6 months outside of work? I'm sure a lot of people are confused that I'm actually here today because I'm probably not in very much demand since I don't put out videos. I haven't put out an actual edited video since like February, right? So I just sort of hang around in the community and people always ask me, when are you going to start putting out videos again? And the reason I haven't put out any is because I've been working on something special for the past like 6 months, ever since C2E2. I went with a group of guys, JP from JP's Budget Collecting, George from D-Ron Comics, Kenny, Comic Head 84, I'm sure you guys all know him, and Kavi, Comic Books NYC. We all decided to sort of do C2E2 together, like as a group the whole time. And we came back with so many great pictures and so much video footage. I decided to make, well, it was originally just going to be like a slideshow with like set to music or whatever, just like cool thing to like remember it by, and it just became more. So it's literally like a documentary. Like I re-interviewed all of them who went about all the stuff that happened. We're kind of, part of it is like, we're calling it the last con because that's the way we felt afterwards. Like, we're like, oh my gosh, this pandemic thing is happening. You all right?
The last con, right? You had the last dance with Michael Jordan. You had the last ride with The Undertaker. And you decided to title it The Last Con.
That's why. Like,
Because it was, man, because we were all ready to go. We were all hyped after watching all that, and then dun dun dun.
yeah, and it's, man, what a total bummer for like I was excited to see everyone go to MegaCon and watch you guys go live from there and all that and have a ton of fun there. And it just ended up being the last big one of the year, probably. So I just decided to title it that. I'm sure some people will be offended by the title, but whatever.
Man,
it is what it is.
That political correctness can go somewhere.
Yeah, I thought the title was fun. Just
it's
saying.
good. It is. It's the last con.
Everything feels like the last of this year. It feels like we're heading towards the end with everything that's happened this year.
Yeah, but we just, I mean, the five of us together and a whole bunch of other people who showed up from the community just had such a great time that I just wanted to do something for the group to commemorate it. And then it just became bigger. And it's like right now it's clocking in. I'm almost done with Sunday's stuff, which is the last day, obviously. Right now it's clocking in at around a half hour. Plus there's going to be a bunch of outtakes. So I know it's going to be a big ask for people to like watch the whole thing, but I think it's going to be really, really good.
Yeah, but those kind of videos you can watch and come back to, and you know what I mean? If there's a long video, I'll watch it. And if I get a little tired, I'll come back and watch it again.
Yeah.
I'm right up where I'm at.
Everything. So
hey, Bear's going to have, and this is your 10-minute break. Go get your drinks and stuff, and I'll be back.
That's not a bad idea. I'm putting that in.
Edit that in.
You would be the one to do that in a video out of all of us. So that makes perfect sense for you.
Okay, this is your 10-minute bathroom break and
You're like, what?
session
You're
break.
still here? Hold on.
I mean, nowadays you can't ask people to watch something that's a half an hour long. Like, you can't do that. But yeah, it should be pretty fun. I'm thinking mid-October is when I'll have it out. So
I want to, like Unruly said, I want to see it all. I was watching it when you guys went live every day as it was when it happened. I was
So,
like, damn, look at that shit.
Is it-
They're having a great time. Then y'all go live and you talk in the room. I was like, look at this shit, man. I miss it. I should have just went to Chicago, man.
You couldn't have known though, right? Like,
Yeah, I was thinking, man, we got MegaCon coming in. We're gonna be good.
I want to ask: is it like the pictures and videos you took in, or is it a combination of everybody's photos and videos that was taken?
oh, it's everyone in the group contributed. We just uploaded them all to like a Google Drive or whatever, so I could download them. But I took a bunch of video. D-Runk took some video. I think everyone took a bunch of stuff. So I realized at some point, like, we have all the big things that happened to us, we have pretty well covered, which is kind of funny for, a group of guys in their like 30s and 40s to be like so diligent about, you think that's like a mom thing to do, like, oh, we'll document everything that's going on. But we're YouTubers, so we did a decent job of trying to capture things. Like, there's a whole big segment on breakfast on Saturday at this restaurant, which took an interesting turn. There's a big segment on D-Runk selling Comic 84, a very valuable book at the con that he brought with him. Just a lot of fun stuff. There was this big meetup that like other community members just started showing up out of nowhere, and we had like 20 people from YouTube. It was just crazy. So it was fun. It's been kind of emotional to work on it, because like sometimes I get sad when I'm working on it, and it's because I worry that like we might not have another opportunity to do it at the same level that we did. And a couple of the guys that I interviewed, like D-Runk in his interview was like, man, I don't know if we can ever have one of that size again, because it was just people packed in there. Like, you look at some of these pictures and you're like, God, I can't even imagine that happening today. Like, how close together people were, thousands and thousands of them, and it's
Kenny right there.
Yeah, you're right. The next time it'll be even bigger.
We'll have to space it out more. I mean, something. They'll figure something out. The cons will be back. It'll be great. We'll all get to hang out again. But, it was kind of emotional at times, like sitting down and working on this and being like, man, I wish we could do this now. Like,
Did you guys see the book that 84 got? The Batman 121?
oh, is it the Mr. Freeze one?
Yes, 4.0. What a bomb book.
I remember the video him and D-Runk did together in the hotel room, showing off the books and stuff.
Yeah, that'll be in the documentary.
But we can do it now. You just got to take precautions. We had a convention here in July, and it was you had to wear a mask. They had sanitizing stations spread throughout, and doubled the size of the aisles, so you could actually have a little more distance. And it was a great con. Everyone had a great time. The dealers were making money. We were getting great deals on books. It was awesome.
Let me ask you though, Will, was this like people lined up outside type thing? Like, there's a picture I have from right before the doors opened at C2E2, where there's just a corral of people.
Yeah, that's how it is in MegaCon, boy.
Yeah, it was a more spread out than usual, but yeah, there was a huge line to get in.
Okay, well then that's encouraging.
There were 2,000 people in the room. It was large enough for that, and still have everything extra spread out.
I just remember being in Artist Alley and having to make my body go sideways to get through. It's just like
That's something you do at con all the time.
Yeah, no, the people who put it on rented like 1/3 to 50% more space than they had before, but filled the same space up that they had the last time. So there was a lot of extra space, so everything was spread out, even though we had, plenty of people there. So it was 2,000 people in the room, but I was on one side, and it felt like, 2 tractor trailers before you got to everyone else on the other side. It was spread out, but we still had plenty of people. Everyone was there. Chris Claremont talked way too long.
just like
I was in line for 2 hours. The guy 5 people behind me was in line for 4 hours.
What's the longest you guys have ever waited to see an artist or a writer?
Not long for me. I won't wait.
Yeah, I won't wait either. 2 hours. That's it. I find ways around it.
I felt Jim Lee when I saw him at MegaCon. That was about almost an hour. And before I saw Jim Lee, I was in Tom King's line, and that was like another 30 plus minutes, like almost 45 minutes.
But in my defense, though,
I got to meet people in the line,
Yeah,
you know, in the community, so we just chatted it up, you know.
yeah.
That's the only good thing I like about being in lines is just communicating with others, you know. Just me and this guy was in 2 lines together at MegaCon last year, and he was getting one of those bags that they hand out at the con. He was getting all the artists and writers to sign it. You know, it was a Batman bag, you know, with Batman art on it. So he was getting everyone to sign it, and it looked real cool.
Matt, we had a chick that was in lines, and she had a backpack filled with like ice cold Coca-Cola. Just handed someone cans of Coke while they were in line, ice cold.
I waited 3 hours once for Sean Gordon Murphy. I think it was like 3 years ago when the first White Knight came out. And like he had like a designated time. This was at C2E2. A designated time that he was going to sign, and it was at like 4 o'clock or something. So I made sure I was one of the first people in line. And me and these, you know, there's like 5 of us, I guess, who like lined up a half an hour beforehand at like 3:30, and they just kept telling us he's delayed. He's in like some sort of meeting or whatever he can't get out of. Knowing him, he was probably like optioning some property or something, you know, like he's on fire, you know. But so like we just kept waiting, and the line kept growing longer. And but like the problem is when you're at the front of the line, you're like, well, God damn it, now I'm invested. Like I'm not going to leave my
Yeah.
You're
once you're invested. It ended up being like 3 hours, and he was super apologetic and everything. But I'm like, man, like after that, I left. I'm like, I'm going back.
Yeah. I mean, that's like how it was in the Claremont line. I was only I think, 22nd person in line. He just talked so long.
Yeah,
he talked so long to everybody that ends up being 2 hours.
Yeah, I jumped off of Claremont's line like 2 years ago, maybe 3. And I felt like I was never moving. It was like almost an hour went by, and I still in the same spot. I ain't even take a step forward. I was like, what the hell?
That's because I rolled up there. He signed my books, and then for the next 20 minutes, he stood there talking to me about Wolverine.
I remember when I was in the Sean Gordon Murphy line that same year at C2E2, it was near Chris Claremont's table was nearby, and there was a line for him too. It wasn't super long, but I remember they stopped the line so he could eat. And I just remember thinking it was kind of funny because like all these people are waiting and they're like staring at him, but he's just sitting there like having a sandwich, you know, and it's just the most awkward. Cons can be really awkward and funny sometimes. Like he's like looking up, like, are you guys watching me eat? Like, should I eat faster? Like, and everyone's just like,
yeah, I would have went behind a curtain and gobbled myself out and came back. Yeah. Ain't no way.
I would have been like, I'll be back.
I'll be back in 1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine sitting there and eating in front of your fans who was just sitting there, standing there waiting for you to get a signature or a sketch or whatever.
See, also though, you got to be a little considerate that they are your fans, that they're waiting. Let's speed this up. As much as I want to talk to everybody, you know, maybe a couple words or maybe a quick story, but those 20, 30-minute conversations, man, you know, come on now. I feel like it's like a barber, you know, the barber that wants to only cut eight haircuts in 8 hours. So he sits there and talks to you, and your barber, the other people are showing up, and he's just like, 1 minute. And he's talking to you the whole time. You're like, bro, will you finish up with my hair? My haircut don't take 2 hours.
Yeah.
So you can move on to the next. I gotta go. I'm on lunch.
Yeah. In defense of Claremont, though, the only other people there, because everyone was scared of the corona, was Lex Luger and a Power Ranger. So I mean, it was pretty much just him. So
a random Power Ranger.
Yeah, right. The
I
Silver
think
Ranger,
Jason.
the Silver Ranger.
Someday I will understand Power Rangers, but I haven't been able to yet.
Man, George Perez was another one that I never got a chance to meet because every time I went to his line, they capped it off. And he was doing signings, he was doing like panels and stuff like that. So every time I went to his line, it was capped off, and then when I come back to it, capped off again. I was
Dude,
like,
Dragon Con. Go to Dragon Con. Even though he's retired, he's at 2 cons no matter what.
Yeah, he'll still.
Dragon Con and Fetish Con. Weird, I know, but go to Dragon Con and you'll get to see him. What he does is he gives out tickets at the beginning of the day, like 100 tickets, and then you come back, give your ticket, and you can get stuff signed and meet him. He'll take a picture.
I got to meet Perez Sean at that C2E2 that you're talking about. Is that the one you're talking about?
that's the one that.
The one that Seawood was talking about. I actually got to meet him without being in his line because I happened to be. I was in line for like one of those lunch stands where they had like roast beef sandwiches or whatever, and somebody who like one of the con organizers had taken him away from his table to go get food. And so I'm like, is George Perez in front of me in line right now with a rep from the con? And I was like, I think that's him. So I just took the opportunity to be like, hey, I don't want to disturb you or anything, but I really love your work, whatever. So thank you. And I made sure to compliment the con guy on the job that he was doing for C2E2. And he was super nice. Perez was super nice.
Yeah. So Perez is a goober, man. He's awesome. He'll take a picture with you and he'll like get up right on you and do a thumbs up and have this goofiest laugh.
Those older guys,
I mean that.
Yeah,
he's a goober.
Those older guys are at the con for more than making money, man. They are there to enjoy themselves.
Damn, Will, he looked like he was a parrot on your shoulder.
Yeah. I don't have an other picture. I just got he was about rubbing up on my face, going like.
Will's like, damn, I didn't know I should have shaved,
Hey,
George.
Gary,
So let me know.
John, I said he was hanging on him like an old FUBU shirt.
Have you guys ever met creators that were kind of dicks?
Oh yeah.
I haven't.
Not yet.
I've seen him. I've seen him.
But I did get a sketch from Donnie Cates' girl before he married her.
Okay.
I was doing it for Bueller, and she was just doing it for me. And then Donnie Cates decides, you make sure you charge him. She goes, I wasn't going to charge him. I'm like, shut up, Donnie. Stay on your side. He made her charge me.
Now, I will say the best experience, though, I've had is Perez was awesome, but the best experience overall was Fabian Nicieza. I love that guy. He co-created Deadpool, did Cable and Deadpool.
Yeah.
I've heard nice things about him.
Yeah, if him and Rob Liefeld's at the same show, I'm going to him and avoiding Liefeld.
He's doing
Dude, if him and Rob are at the same con, you bring a New Mutants 98, it's $15 for Fabian, it's $150 for Rob.
Yeah, Fabian's doing the new Juggernaut series.
Hey, when I got my book signed, the sketch that Boatwright did for me, and Michael Rooker signed it, he was cool as hell, man. He stood up. I mean, he signed the whole damn book. The damn signature's like that long. And he stands up and I get a picture with him, and then he starts chanting. Everyone starts chanting, that they want a Yondu movie. And he's got the whole crowd. I mean, he's standing up, Yondu. He was cool as hell, dude, man.
Man, we had a baby with us, me and a buddy of mine, at Dragon Con one year. So that really hindered us a lot, having this baby with us. And we almost got to meet Michael Rooker in line. We were in the line, and then they wouldn't, the baby was kind of getting a little crazy, so we had to leave. But my buddy was going to have Yondu or Michael hold the baby and then shoot the bird to a camera so he could send it to his cousin who really wanted to be there.
Yeah. That would have been cool.
Yeah, he was a cool dude, man. He was.
See, would have brought up Neil Adams. I've seen Neil Adams a bunch of times, and I never actually went up to him and talked to him and nothing like that. I just feel like every time I go by his booth, I feel like somebody's trying to attack my wallet.
Yeah.
The prices are exuberant, man.
And he signed for free at our LCS, Sean. One signature was free. So I got a book signed and I sent it to Bueller. It was free. And he's like, I got a bunch of stuff for sale. I said, I don't need none of that. Just sign this one.
I'm gonna make sure. Though,
I don't want the free stuff.
if I see Neil Adams, I'm gonna bring up Biggie Shaq.
Yeah. I was like, hey, man, you signed this book, Biggie Shaq.
Yeah, man. Neil Adams, I haven't got to meet him, but everything I've heard is he's either the nicest guy or one of the worst. He's no middle ground.
He was super nice the day I was there. I got a picture with him and everything. He was super cool, dude.
I thought he was nice. When I met him, I actually felt he was middle ground, actually, because he was nice, but he was also like, I tried to pay him a compliment. Like, I really like what you did. It was an Avengers book that I was getting signed, and I'm like, I really like the way you made like the motion, Vision's fist or whatever, the motion around it. And he's like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, oh, you just ruined it, Neil. Like we were doing so well. But for the most part, he was pretty nice. But yeah, like it is aggressive, the marketing that happens around his booth.
Huge. His booth take up a good chunk of the area.
Yeah. He needs like two tents worth.
I have a picture
real.
in the documentary that shows this. He did a Baby Yoda print, and it says $100 signed. It's like, really? Who's going to pay $100 for a print that you signed?
That was a lot of those were the same when we were at MegaCon.
Yeah,
I see a lot of artists on Instagram that are like totally worth it, but they're charging like those type of prices, and I'm just like, I want to, but I'm like, man, like I'm not gonna get any return from this guarantee. Like you don't have any track record, you know what I mean? But I understand that you gotta charge for your work and all that, but it's like, man, like some of that stuff is like they price.
How long was that Capullo line, Sean, that you were in?
Well, when you saw me sitting,
I first met you.
That was at the beginning portion of the line. So I got there right in time before it blew up.
Hey, Sean, they shut the line. They did the line like that, and they were getting ready to shut it down. So everybody walked away, and I walked up, and I just got on the end of the line. And the girl wasn't looking. She turned around. She goes, "Was you there before?" I said, "Yeah, I've been here." And, so I was like the fifth person, and I went, got it signed, and everything. It didn't take me 5 minutes.
Yeah, you were still looking for Perry at that time, right?
Yeah, I was looking for Perry when I seen you. Yeah.
So what is your payment threshold for getting an artist signature? To me, if they're like new or not that great, 15's my max. 25 would be my max if they're like Claremont level, and then if they're Ramita Senior or Neil Adams, okay, $50 is my total. No one is Stan Lee level to me.
Honestly, this will sound bad, but for me, it's I'll pay more depending on how long I think they're going to be around. Honestly, like I'll pay more for Neil. He's getting up there in years. Yeah. I'll pay more for Claremont, but a modern creator, 10.
Like Donnie Cates, you know you're going to get plenty of Donnie Cates.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, providing he's healthy, he's going to be here until he's into his 70s or 80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, I mean,
I remember
I tend to go for the free sig because I don't really care for paying for signatures, but occasionally, like any creator that I had a good time with prior, like Greg Capullo is an awesome guy. And the first time I met him, he was an awesome guy. We had a good short conversation. He even talked about wanting to do a Spider-Man one day, if that was the case. So I met him like 3 out of 4 years. Each time I met him has always been cool. So I wouldn't mind paying the extra $5-10 for an extra book to get signed to him. I agree with Will on the older artists. Like I do want to meet Jim Steranko. And part of it is I just want to ask him the question about the X-Men logo just so he could go off. I hear stories out, so I just want to experience it from the man himself. And plus, I know he's another talker.
Yeah. But I mean, Steranko, Adams, Ramita, You know, all those guys I'm willing to pay $50 for, but Frank Miller charging you over $100, no, thank you.
And Frank Miller will like ruin the front of your comic because his signature takes up the whole thing.
Yeah. So speaking of Frank Miller, I got these on eBay.
Oh, sweet.
Ah,
And I'm
Those are
mad
pretty
because-
sweet.
I'm mad because when I got them, it said it was the full run, and as you can see, I'm missing the last issues, like the last two. It only goes up to 4, and it's supposed to be 6. And I'm like, where's the rest? But I knew the price was too good to be true.
Seawood in the chat brings up a good point about a lot of the artists just ask that you donate, like Heroes Initiative or something like that.
yeah.
I don't mind at all.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, I can definitely support that.
I will tell you, if you don't notice that little sign though that they have, it can be embarrassing for you. One time I was at Jenny Frisen's booth with a CGC witness, getting her to sign a couple things, and we were about to walk away, and the CGC guy says to me, "Are you not going to donate to the Heroes Initiative?" Like really loud in front of Jenny. And I'm like, "Oh crap, I'm so sorry." So I like threw like $40 in there. It's like,
Yeah.
so embarrassing.
Gail Simone did that at a convention I was at, and then Peter David just has a tip jar.
Yeah.
He'll find anything for free, and he just has his little tip jar.
That's cool.
And most of the time, I if they got a tip jar, I'm always giving them tips. You know, the one artist that I didn't have that I gained respect for, and when I asked him about it, you know, he don't charge for signatures, he said there's no real need for it, was Jim Balin. You know, Jim Balin doesn't charge for signatures. You know, he felt that what's the point? You know, it's not like y'all, like even if they try and get a CGC and stuff like that, it's like I'm not gonna gain really nothing from it. So, you know, that's your book, you know, that's you do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because of that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna purchase some stuff from your store, you know, from what you got on display. So, you know, that way at least I'm supporting you.
I don't want to pay signatures. I'd rather pay if they did a sketch for you or like an original.
Yeah, I'm all with the sketches now and all that.
Yeah.
Whatever your
I
price
know
is, if
Bear
I
Island.
give you-
That's cool shit there when they draw you something.
For,
something that's unique, I'll pay for it. I don't mind, and I'll know that going like, hey, he charges $150 or whatever. Okay, I'm ready for it. But when I'm going there and you want to charge $50 for you to sign something, and like Sean said, it doesn't necessarily give you any monetary value other than the experience itself. Like you're not guaranteed if you sign the book that it's even going to be recognized that it's a signature. So really, it's only for the experience, and that's where I kind of like.
Yeah, a lot of people say, "Oh, these books are signed." That don't mean nothing. You got to get that verified or something. And that
Me,
all.
I just look at it as I got to meet the artist who written this book or did the art.
That's the cool thing.
And
Yeah.
so, hey, I got his signature. You know, that's fine. Hey, I still to this day talk about that Spider-Man book, Maximum Clonage, and it's got John Romita Sr.'s signature. Man, you ever know the story of that?
I think Bear needs to hear this one.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This was about 99, and you know, me and my father was at the Big Apple Comic Con, and you know, I bought a couple of Spider-Man books. I had Maximum Carnage, and John Romita's there. And you know, when you got John Romita booth, it's Spider-Man on it because that's what people remember him for, his Spider-Man run. So my dad was like, "Oh, he did Spider-Man. You should stand in line and get him to sign the Spider-Man book." So at first, in my mind, I'm standing online. I'm excited. You know, I get to meet one of the creators who did Spider-Man. And then I look at the book, and I'm like, I got the Clone Saga.
I couldn't hear you.
I got the Clone Saga. You know, Maximum Clonage.
So wrong, John Romita.
No, it's no Romita at all. It's not even Junior.
Minus Romita.
No.
And I'm looking at everybody else's book, and they got them silver and golden and bronze ace books. So I'm like, oh man, I'm starting to worry. Look at my book and say, I did not do this.
Sweating the line.
I want to jump off the line. But my dad's like, no, stay on the line. He does Spider-Man, so he'll sign it. So, you know, I'm all nervous and shit. I get up to the front. You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I get up to the front, and I'm shaking while I'm handing him the book, and say, he looks at it and he says, "Well, I did not do the art in this book, but if you want me to sign it, I'll sign it." I looked at my dad like, yeah. And I said, yeah, he signed it. We took a picture, and that was that. But that was just a unique experience, just dealing with that. I look back at that signature like, yeah, I remember the time I met John Romita Sr.
Hey, you got the only one in the world, Sean, a 1-on-1.
I need to know something though. Like, this is at a con, right?
Yeah.
And how much time did you have before you, like, between when you realized there was a problem and when you got to meet John Romita? How much time was there?
It wasn't much time because the line was moving, but man, it was like it came on to me real quick that John Romita Sr. Like,
I would have been like, Dad, go get me one that works right now. Where go?
but my dad's not a con. He's not a con
Yeah,
type
his
of
dad is
person.
not
He's
different.
comic
He's
book,
just-
He's just
And say, give me a John Romita book that's $20.
probably at that time they were 20, 30.
Yeah.
But
Wow,
yeah, that was
Amazing.
my
What a feeling. What a feeling to realize, like, oh, wait a second. What?
This isn't the right one.
That's like when you don't want the teacher to call on you, Sean, because you don't know the answer, and that's right when they call. Hey, Sean, you're like, I don't know anything.
Gotta give you credit though, because some people would have just like sheepishly like left the line, but
Yeah.
you stayed in it.
bro. I wanted to leave the line, but my dad was consistent. He was like, "No, we're gonna stay online and get this meet John Romita." And to some degree, I'm glad because I wanted to get a chance to meet him.
And that was Pops wanting to say, yeah, man, I got my son's comic book signed by the Spider-Man creator.
Yeah.
He wanted to go
He's
back
at the
to
water
work and
cooler
be like-
talking
He
trash.
want to go back to work and be like, yeah, man, I met the creator of Spider-Man on set.
I almost left the line once that I was in. I was in line for Jason Aaron 3 years ago, and there was this girl right ahead of me in line in full Jane Foster Thor cosplay, and like really good too, like convincing. And she and Jason spent a lot of time talking to each other, and like the longer they're going on, I'm like, this is gonna be pathetic when I walk up there and just plop my comics down in front of him. Like he's gonna be like, oh, just another, white dude with a beard coming to have me sign his books after this amazing Jane Foster. Like, what am I gonna say to this guy? I just went up and I was like, boy, she was great, huh? I just handed him the books. I just felt like such an idiot though. Like, nothing impressive about me. I just brought you comics to sign.
Not even as cute as she is at all, He's like, damn, man, this girl just walked up and had on a full breast out with Milner. You want a book?
And you just got a comic book? Get out of here.
Man, I always try to find a book that'll make them have a conversation of some
Yeah,
sort.
I haven't seen this one. That type of
Like,
right?
oh crap, what's his name? He worked with Perez on the Teen Titans.
Marv Wolfman.
Yeah,
Thank you, Marv Wolfman. His first published work is like 242 or something of Blackhawk. So I was able to take that to him, and I'm like, "Do you remember this one?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude, I got paid." It's the first time he got paid. I looked through it and it's like, So I made me feel good. I got a reaction.
If you can make them smile, that's great. I remember at Baltimore, I brought Louise Simonson a facsimile of House of Secrets 92 because she was the model for that redhead that's on the cover with Swamp Thing in the background. Like, she stood there and was the model for it, and that's like supposedly her. And I brought it up to her, and she just lit up. She was like, "What? Wow!" And I was like, "That's you, right?" She's like, "Yeah, but I was just in the right place at the right time. Don't give me too much credit." I'm like, you're like the sweetest lady in the world. Like, he was so happy.
That's awesome, man.
There's something to be said for. I mean, like, a lot of us get the book signed because it'll add value, if it'll add value. But like, there's something to be said just for the the ritual of meeting a comic artist and showing your appreciation for them, because some of them might be making decent money temporarily, but they're not getting, health insurance benefits and things like that. Like, a lot of them really struggle, and it means something to them to meet the people who are reading their work
that actually appreciate it.
Yeah, I got my Skeletor signed by the voice actor, the guy that did them, and it was awesome, man. The guy was doing a few voices here and there. He even had a cassette you could buy if you wanted it, but I already had it off YouTube. I already listened to every one of them before I went. But Oppenheimer signed my book. I was like, man, and it was no line, like nobody was in his line or nothing. I was like, he talked to us for like 10 minutes, me and Boatwright.
That's awesome.
He was a cool dude, older dude.
Yeah, when you see those creators or voice actors that don't have a line, sometimes I take advantage of that and go up to them and start a conversation. Like it's like they haven't had people come visit their booth as much, So it's always good to go up there, appreciate their work, and just have a fun conversation with them, man.
Yeah, and then there's the guys that they do great work, but yet their name isn't like McFarlane. You don't know it immediately.
It's like that actor, right, Will? That you're like, he's in every movie. But I don't know who he is, but he's a good actor, and you don't know, and you're like, man, I don't even know this guy's name, and he's been in like 30 films I watched.
Like J.M. DeMatteis, Keith Giffen, and Joe Staten. They're all great, but yet you don't know their names.
Yeah, you see the face. Oh, I've seen him. Oh, I remember.
Yeah, which, in a way, it's kind of great because that means they don't ever have any lines. So
yeah, they can go do anything and not be hunted down in public, right?
Yeah. So I have. You guys all use comic folios when you go to a con?
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay. Do any of you have the white ones that are made for sketching that BCW puts out?
Dang,
You need to get you one because it's a great way to have a piece of art and also start a conversation. Keith Giffen didn't have a line, and I walked up to him and didn't dawn on me till I read his stuff. He created, Lobo, and that was like the only character he said you can ask me to draw without bringing reference. You had to bring him a reference for anything else that you wanted him to do, and he'd do it. So I had him give me a Lobo on it, and he did the whole cover of the folio with this great Lobo with a cigar, and he signed it. And then I did the same thing on the back. Joe Staten didn't have a line. And I'm like, hey, I think I know his name. And then I realized he helped make Power Girl, who she was. So I got me a Power Girl on the back of it by Joe Staten.
And that's your folio you take every con now, right?
Yeah, but I got – it has the interior, 2 things on the interior, and the sides I got to get done. So I got enough room on that.
You got enough room for
5 more sketches.
Damn, that's cool.
I used to take the little sketchbooks, the black cover ones with all the empty blank pages, and just pass them. And back then, like they didn't charge you for those things because it was just kind of like, oh, okay, cool, I'll do it. They'd be like, yeah, just drop it off, and then at the end of the day, you're about to leave, just pick it up.
Wow, for free.
Yeah, for free. I remember my friend had like a book over the years. He had one that was full of all kinds of artwork and stuff. And at the time, I was focused on getting comics, you know what I mean? So I was just going there and getting comics, but he would go and actually, if he didn't get it that time, he'd be like, okay, next con. And then every time when we would go, it'd be a next con. So then the person who was, yeah. So then, this was pre-internet. So it was like, oh, yeah, I remember you. Yeah, drop your book off. And then at the end of the day, just come back and pick it up. So I always thought that was cool. You know what I mean?
You brought up an interesting thing, Remo, about going to the con just for the comics. Yeah. But that's how I was, when I first started going to cons when I was younger. I just wanted comics, like I didn't care about the creators or the.
Yeah, no, I still don't.
Yeah.
Still don't.
But I went there for the comics. I had my little list of books that I wanted to get. Go digging in them dollar bins. I said this last week on the Comic Hall show that I grew up on the dollar bin. I go to these cons. I said, fuck the wall at that time because they got the $40, $50 books. I'm like, I'm going for the dollar bins. Go straight for the dollar bins. And when I took a hiatus from going to con for like 6 years, when I came back, I was like, I'm still go dollar bins, but I'm gonna go reach further out than what I normally do. You know, that's when I started getting some signatures and meeting creators and actually having conversations with them. And then I started getting some artists. I started going to Artist Alley more and focus on there and get some original art from either independent artists or some sketches from known names. And then I a couple years ago I got my first cover sketch done by the franchise of Batman and the Shadow.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
It was
just
by the franchise.
I don't need nothing crazy, but that's an awesome cover right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a nice sketch, like I don't want to bug you. You know what I mean?
But just think about it, Sean. You can get a sketch, like he said. You can pay $50 for a signature, but you can get a little commission sketch for $150, and you get a signature with it. It comes with it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, this one is my prize sketch. Brian Studfleas. When I approached him, awesome guy. For some reason, he wasn't doing sketches of Black Panther. He will only do a sketch of T'Challa, but not as Black Panther. So that was kind of odd. So I presented him, why don't you do a movie Shuri? And his eyes lit up like, movie Shuri? And he was pretty excited to do that. So I paid him, and 2 days later, he came with this.
That's fire, dude. God dang. Holy crap. Hey, he did Miles Morales cover, didn't he, Sean? One of them.
Yeah, he did.
He did one. I think it says his name on one of my labels. Brian Stilfreeze, I think his name is.
Yeah, Brian Studfleas is his name. And man, I was so pleased with this. It was well worth the purchase. He's a great artist, but man, he did a banger job with this sketch cover. He just nailed the actress, who played Shuri.
Yeah, yeah.
The shading is just amazing on that.
Yeah, man, that's a huge. He covered the whole book, man.
Yeah, and that was like this felt for me like getting that key issue.
Yeah,
it's just a sketch, and it's just awesome.
Like I got one from Miko Suyan, and it's so small. You know what I mean? The Mortal Hulk book's all big, and I got this one little sketch on it. I could do 5 more sketches on it at that size.
Yeah.
And you got one giant sketch. I mean, covered the whole book, man.
Now I know this ain't a competition, but you go show your sketches. I got to show the ones that I just told you about. This is my folio. That's Keith Giffen.
Oh, that's sweet.
And then here's Statins. Travel on the back. And then I got, all these edges to do, and then I got the interior to do.
Yeah.
That's some good sketch right there.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah,
It's funny how everyone has their own the ideas of what to do at a con. Like I only through meeting people in this community did I realize, oh yeah, I should get a little sketchbook to bring with me, or and approach anyone and just ask them. And
what did you have that at C2E2 Bear? Didn't you? Are you the one with the sketchbook? That was who had the sketchbook?
That's Seawood.
Seawood had sketchbook. He was getting. Yeah, I was like, man, I was really loving that. Hey, when you going to be done, Bear, with the video so we can see it now? You got me interested in seeing it.
Yeah.
Shooting for I don't want to promise and then get it wrong.
Hey, well, just when you finish it, make sure you just tag us. Just tag all of us.
Oh, guys, there's going to be a trailer. There'll be plenty of
okay
around it.
So. Will we be in the horror spirit or in the Thanksgiving spirit by the time?
Horror spirit. It'll be. Oh my God. I really hope it's not Halloween. I'm thinking mid-October.
That'd be cool.
So
we're gonna be able to
real close.
We're gonna be able to do reaction videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, we're gonna have a premiere party and have all the guys on the show, and it'll be fun.
Yeah, man, that's what you should do.
Yeah, that'll be sweet.
I can't wait for it, man. I saw Free Key Low earlier saying all this talk about cons making him miss it, and man, it's been a devastating year because like I said, MegaCon was supposed to be our capper, you know, with everybody coming down, and this whole pandemic just ruined the whole year. But I just can't wait for us to finally get back together and just do these cons. You know,
Hey.
just I'm more excited for just hanging out with
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
are
like I'm gonna be jealous because you got to hang out with all the people. You know, you
I mean,
meet all these great
hey,
people.
Will.
You know, I never met 84, D-Ron,
Hey,
none of them.
yeah.
Bobby yet.
Hey, Will, I was still disgusted that you was able to go to that con.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you guys can go to the cons too. You just got to put precautions in place and suck it up and deal with masks and all the other stuff. I went to one in July. I mean, it's not that big a. I don't need my fix quite just yet.
All right.
I'm gonna tell them I got my invisible
like,
girl
I've been
mask on.
I ain't missed one yet. I wasn't going to MegaCon, but I'm going all the other ones. So I might have to try and make it out to MegaCon.
I think
Yeah.
once cons come back full force, people are going to make it a priority to meet up with others at the cons more than they used to.
Yeah, because man, you don't know when this makes you never know. Might not happen again.
The question is, will I be going to MegaCon or Heroes Con?
You're going to MegaCon, Will. We've had this talk.
Yeah, but there's other YouTubers that are going to Heroes Con. So I don't know, man.
Man, I'm gonna have to go into my bride phase soon.
One of these days, I am going to make it up to HeroesCon, because if that's all about the comics and the comic book creators, and it's not expensive like MegaCon, then shoot, I gotta.
Yeah, the thing about it is, that's not that bad because we can make a hell of a trip with all of us from here, Sean, to go up there towards Will and them, because man, we get the guys coming from Miami, come here, bam, we get you, go right on up, man. Make it 1 day travel.
And think of everybody up in New York, Pennsylvania.
They can fly right to the hub of Atlanta.
It's easier for them, you know.
Yeah, with Atlanta being a hub.
You grab Alan and Matt and the round table guys. They can meet up with you. Trek over to Alabama. It's closer to Alabama for them than it is for you guys. They're right there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but Heroes Con's in
Remo,
South Carolina. So it ain't but like a 2-hour drive from Atlanta, so that's not bad.
Yeah, I just can't wait. Me and my wife are planning a trip to go to Vegas next month. So I told her, I'm like, man, we can just drive. She's like, I'm not driving.
You got to see the sun sooner or later, Remo. You ain't seen it.
Hey, you know what? The sun's been out this week. It's been
what?
Out. Yeah, man. Yeah, we've seen the sun this week. It's 93 degrees right now, man.
Nice.
Hot as hell, man. I wish the smoke was back.
See, what do you go on eBay and look for boxes to buy? You know, like you bought those 9. Is that where you got your box of cards from, or do you did it local?
You just asked Seawood.
Yeah,
I meant Bear. Damn it! I don't know why I said Seawood. Bear's like,
you're reading Seawood's comment.
Sorry, which boxes of cards?
Did you get your box of cards off eBay, or do you have somewhere local you was able to get those?
Do you mean the 89 Upper Deck ones?
Yeah.
That was eBay, unfortunately.
Yeah, because I mean, I know they got a lot of Have you ever seen the card breaks they do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've gotten in on a couple of those actually.
Have you got? Damn, I'd love to get on one, but I don't want to. I don't want to go for nothing, man. I see some of them guys get zero, especially on the team breaks. You know.
Yeah, I won't do the team breaks.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
So I had a friend that was trying to, before I was doing the comic books back into the comics, he was trying to get me to do those with him, because he had got. This was when what's his name was a rookie. This was last year. So from the Mavericks.
Doncic.
Yeah, Doncic was the big one, and I think one of his cards was like a couple grand, like right off the rip. You know what I mean? And they were doing them, and he kept telling me, he's like, man, we can go buy boxes and just that could be our thing. We can just do a YouTube channel where we're just opening the package.
People watch that stuff, man.
And
I'm telling you.
I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, I think I want to go back into comics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He kept trying to get me to get into it, and I was just like, I don't know, man. But he was doing those breaks, and he got some good cards, man. He did some old ones, and he got like a Pete Rose rookie or something crazy. I don't know how they did it, but he got some old cards, man. And I was a little skeptical because I was like, are they gonna really send you that stuff? And he was like, no, they sent it to me. So because I didn't know how that whole break thing
Like I watch Leighton sports cards. I think it's in Vegas, Leighton's, and they do fills. You know, you click on the link and you can, you know, get them basketball, baseball, football, whatever.
Of like who's in it? They're like, okay, pay this amount. You're not guaranteed that card, but it's in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's in there. So I remember there was like a Doncic that was in there, and it was like $1,000, and they wanted like $50 a pack or something crazy. It was crazy. It was like 50 or 60, $70 a pack. But I'm like, shit, if you get that Doncic, I mean that pays.
Yeah, you open that pack and you get a bunch of commons, you're gonna be like,
right? Yeah, exactly. The packs I want to sell like 3 or 4 cards, like 3 or 4 cards in each pack.
It's like that Spider-Man booth, you know. You're hoping you get the big prize.
Yes,
little
sir.
Daryl Strawberry.
Yeah. I remember the tops that I tried to trade for that Hulk 181, man. He had that big Jerry curl. Jerry curl on it, man. Boy, I remember my other buddy was like a huge Daryl Strawberry fan. And he was like, man, don't do it, man. He's like, don't get that dumbass comic, man. He's like, keep that Daryl Strawberry. I'm like, man, you just want to get it from me.
Here's the thing, though. From an investment perspective, comics are actually smarter if you're investing.
Yeah.
Because comics don't get injured.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Comics don't have off years like that. They're either they got their powers or they don't.
Yeah.
They don't have scandals. Comic books don't get. Wolverine's not going to get caught in a hotel room with a pound of coke and 2 prostitutes. And if he does, it's going to be a great story.
I want to see that story, man.
Right? That's the new Wolverine story.
Yeah, man. I like I've met him a few times, you know, because he was here, man. He was super quiet guy.
Yeah.
And I'm playing him in Little League, and it's a shame when you're playing someone and they're 11 and 12 years old and you already know they're a pro. You knew that.
Yeah.
Anybody that looked at him would be like, oh, man, that dude's going to be in the pros. He's throwing fastballs 90 at 12 and locating them all over the place.
That's what I was saying about my buddy. Like when he went in, like he was younger than me, but everybody knew, man. It was like no question. It's like, well, just win. You know what I mean? Like when is it going to happen? It's crazy.
Yeah, like Gary Sheffield, man. We knew his brother. Yeah, Dwight, man.
We got to bring back the thick stripes on the uniform. The thick, like,
Yeah, man, I love those classic stripes.
Hey,
man.
Bear, he was that tall at 11 years old. I promise you.
I believe it.
Hey, it looked like when he stepped towards the plate that he was halfway there.
Not even fair.
And the ball looked like a golf ball. I'm not lying. It looked like a golf ball.
He's just holding it all. His hands are like that all around his
feet. Yeah, man. The ball looked like that. I was like, man, did he just throw a damn golf ball up here?
That's cool, Keith.
Hey,
Keith Hernandez, another good player.
Hey, he was a cold soldier right there, boy.
Yep.
I heard stories about him.
Solid broadcaster now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yep. And then him and
Clyde
those commercials.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I miss about
who was number one around here for a long time. This guy was a legend.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
You know what's crazy about that is he was a legend in Detroit, and he's an even bigger legend in LA, man.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Bear, I got a buddy that's an A's fan.
Yeah.
And he dreads every year beginning of the season because they show that play.
Yeah, I hate
right
that.
after that.
a huge A's fan, man.
He lived out there and just
And then he does the whole little
he does the
rip thing.
the rip on second.
And he was hurt too.
That's got to be one of the greatest moments in sports history ever, man.
I've seen that play so many times.
You talking about this moment right here?
Dude, crazy. Dennis Eckersley gives up no ass. In the game.
I gotta go, guys. We'll see y'all later.
All right,
Big Will.
well, great to have you on.
Yeah, Eckersley gives up no ass, and in that game he gave up ass, and it was just like, really, dude.
Yeah,
Man.
I had to hear about that like for weeks, man. Weeks.
Yeah, my buddy's a big Oakland fan.
I had
And,
to hear
and
about that
man,
shit
he
for weeks.
hates that because my brother is relentless on that. He'll
Oh,
send it to him every year. Every time it plays, he sends him the link to him. He's like, I'm gonna kill your
It's like
ass.
right now the A's are like in like first.
They're in
place,
first.
and they're gonna end up having the Dodgers won't even get to play but one series at Chavez because the A's are gonna end up having. to play.
Well, you know, I'm a Rays fan because Tampa Bay. We got no payroll and we're in first place over the Yankees and the Red Sox.
And
How long is it like that, Steve? This is like Tampa Bay always been a cheap team, but yet they find ways to.
But they must have the greatest staff or scouts that has ever lived, man.
I believe
That Oakland's got to be up there with them
I
too,
believe it,
because
yeah,
Oakland's
yeah.
the same way, no
they
payroll,
have the same.
same system.
Yeah, the guys from the A's went to Tampa.
Hey, they get Archer. Archer looks good, and he starts giving up home runs, and they trade him to Pittsburgh, and they get Glasnow, and they get freaking the home run hitter we got now, and Archer can't get an out.
Yeah.
It's like they trade him like right
Terrible.
when he's about to lose all his value. They're super good at that, man.
Well, they did that with what's his name too, though.
Price.
Price, yeah.
Yeah. Price started, looking a little
Perfect
shaky.
time, and he was still good for a few more years, but then now, man, that dude's he opted out. Like he
man.
got all that money. He was like, I'm cool.
Hey man, if you think you're going to go to New York and have an off game, hey, they got Garrett Cole for $320 million.
Yeah.
He's pitching against the Rays in a big game. It's when it was tight. Man, first two or three guys hit home runs off there. Garrett Coleman. I'm looking on the chat and it's going, this effing guy, 300,000. He sucked. I mean, they just ripped him apart, man. It was like his only loss. Like, damn. You can't have a bad game in New York, man.
Marlins be good after they traded they traded what's his name?
The Marlins in the playoffs? They gonna make the playoffs?
Yeah, they're in the playoffs.
They got all that they got all those picks for him.
The Marlins was just one weird team with a weird history. 2 playoff appearances, 2 World Series, and that's it.
They dismantled the teams right after that the next year.
If they win the World Series, man, then I'm betting on them not making the playoffs next year.
Yep,
Well,
you can go ahead and map it in.
That was all those Ponzi schemes. They had money to spend, and then they had to get
Yeah,
that money.
they wiped out the damn team after they won those World Series.
They had to.
Remember D-Train?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember Detroit when he came to Detroit and was terrible.
Yeah, he started with Detroit, but when he started with the Marlins, that dude was fearful as a pitcher. I like, oh shit, here come D-Train.
Yeah.
Something happened. No idea.
Well, that was the hype. It was like them feeling good. You got the whole community behind you, and then once you get out of that environment, it ain't the same. Then the pressure's on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When pressure gets on you, so.
Shoot, the Rays got half their whole team's hurt and they're still in first place. I have no idea how. No idea.
Yeah.
Their whole team's hurt. They got like 12 or 15 guys on the injured reserve.
Like the A's are like that because it's like they're so good, but they
it's like, I know they say next guy up, but don't mean you're going to be good.
Well,
Next guy up could suck, man.
The A's will have such a revolving door that it's hard to like a player because in a year or two they'll be gone. Once man. That's immediately when they show signs of being a good player, they trade them.
because Didn't
Yeah.
Chapman just get hurt?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I mean that dude's something else, man. At third base,
That's amazing.
dude. I mean, you hit it down there, man.
Let's
You're
see that.
out, man.
Let's see the
And the
Giants.
first baseman's is a Gold Glover too. So any bad throw, he scoops too.
And then
You know what? You know what's the worst baseball loss? Losing 2-1. I hate those fucking games. Last week the Mets lost the game 2-1, and DeGrom had 14 strikeouts.
That was against the Rays.
That
Against
sucks,
the Rays.
man. How the hell you with 14? Your pitcher is dominant, but your offense can't give you run support at all.
So that was against the Rays. It was 2-1, and he had like 10 strikeouts in the first 6 innings or something.
If
I'm
you get
sitting here like, fuck this shit, man.
Hey, you'd be so mad, man, if you were pitching, got no support, run
if you
support.
get
You're talking about a great game. Like the pitcher, he is doing everything he can to win this game for you. 14 strikeouts, and the offense can't get more than one run.
It's the Mets, man.
Oh man,
Yeah, that's how
I'm a
it
Knicks
is.
fan, and I've been suffering for 20 years with what the Knicks done for 20 years, man. So it's like I can't get enough with suffering, man.
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Hey, but Detroit's been suffering a long time, man. So
Hey, Detroit did make World Series a few times. I think twice.
They won it. They
Yeah,
won it.
twice in the 2010s.
Yeah.
Or no, once in the 2000s, once in the 2010s.
Yeah, I do, because I remember the one.
But they won one at least. So.
Oh shit! Look who joined them.
They won it since '84.
Yeah.
if he comes on here with any Marlins
I'm sorry
talk,
to
he's outta
disappoint
here.
you, Big Bear, but for all the 90 holics in the chat, YouTube is 90. And let's go. How about them Dolphins the other night, baby? I told Raul we getting that first one on Thursday night. Everyone hating on my fins, but we coming, baby. Let's go.
Hey, 90. Everybody on the panel, everyone on the panel picked Jacksonville to win. I said, man, there ain't no way the Dolphins lose this game. When the whole panel agrees, it's an automatic loss for the team they picked.
Oh, definitely, bro.
They
But
all picked Jacksonville to win that game.
yeah, man. But as a Dolphin fan all my life, we've been 8-8 all my life. I've seen so many teams, and I can say this: I watched this, and we finally have like a real coach. I watched this guy win 5 games last year with practice squad players.
Yeah.
Legit, we had nothing but practice squad players, and he won 5 games. So I'm really excited to see once he gets his players and gets his type of guys in there, and then. We all waiting for Lefty Marino, baby. Let's go Tua. When we know when Tua comes in. Woo.
Don't put that out.
Fitzmagic is only good for about 5 or 6 games.
It's Fitztragic or Fitzmagic. It was Fitzmagic the other night.
Hey.
I ain't complaining. It was
Hey, man.
Fitzmagic the other night.
It's tragic to show his face, man. Because
Yo,
it's coming. It's coming.
Okay, look, he's gonna throw you 4 touchdowns one game and then throw you 4 picks the next game. I get that, but I'm gonna say this think about this though. As a quarterback from Harvard, this guy's had a 16-year career and has managed to get on teams. And he ain't gonna take you there, but he's gonna win you some football games. Like he's gonna keep you afloat. Like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it really is crazy.
As he made playoffs as a starting quarterback.
He's like,
I wouldn't put that.
Oh,
pressure.
okay. Think about this though, Puff. All right.
Answer the question, man.
No. But think about this though. Tua's sitting behind him. This guy has a ton of experience in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? A ton.
Yeah.
And he's really getting to learn around somebody that's okay, and not just been with one team. He's been with multiple teams, and it can really show him something. I mean, now we all know there's a big difference between what the ceiling is going to be on Tua compared to Fitzpatrick. Like we all probably knew that before because Fitzpatrick was a no-name coming into Buffalo and how he came up, So his ceiling is a lot higher, but to learn under someone that's been in the league for 16 years, the pace of the game and how to be a professional, because we got to say this, Fitzpatrick he's a professional through and through, without a doubt.
Did you see the interviews 90 he did when he was with the Bucks and he threw for 400 yards 2 games and he came out with Sean Jackson shit on the gold chain?
Yeah, bro.
And he said, "Fuck this, man!
Yo, I mean, he did the interview Thursday night in like a straight Miami Vice like pineapple shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like
He's got a great sense of humor.
oh
Yeah,
I mean, he's one of those quarterbacks. Like
He's the kind of guy you pull for. You want to see win when they do get there, but
I'll say
he's
this.
never got there.
I've always said this. It's Fitzmagic or Fitzmagic, but as when it comes to like as a person, and I see it more and more because he's been down here and they interview him more. Like he really is a good guy, and he's always
is.
joking and to be playing at his age.
Hey, they play
As long
for
as
him,
he
I'll
has,
tell you
like,
that. But when he's off, man, he'll throw the ball and hit him in the back of the ankle with it.
No, but not only that though, Steve.
Yeah.
I was noticing though a lot of those guys were going like so. For instance, Tua and Fitzpatrick. Every time that they were showing them together, a lot of those first team guys were around Tua, bro. Parker, Gaskin. Like
Hey, man,
I noticed that.
Tua's a good kid too, man.
I
People like that kid.
I really think when he gets in, like they're gonna play for him too.
Yeah,
and
they'll play for him because he's
Yeah.
a good kid.
So,
man.
but
I've seen some
look,
interviews with him.
I'll say this: the Dolphins have been 8-8 all my life, right? And we've been like subpar. And when we have gimmicks, we make the playoffs. And once we get there, I know we ain't doing nothing. As a sports fan, as someone that is I've watched sports all my life. I'm just happy that finally that I feel like we have the right GM, the right coach, and it seems like there's a culture change. And you guys know there's got to be a certain culture in the locker room for you to win anything. So that's what I'm excited about. I don't think we're doing anything this year, but you best believe in the next like 2 or 3 years, I think Flores is going to have them Finns competing.
I'm tired of the Patriots dominating that division, man.
It looks like it's
They
Buffalo's
look
year, though.
tough again this year, man. No matter what anybody says.
Think about this, though. They look better with Cam.
Yeah, because Bill Belichick finally got a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, no, they look better with Cam.
Hey,
Yeah,
but
he's running
his
the ball
throwing,
way
he was on the money throwing, man.
Hey, he's running way too much though.
Yeah, they don't need to run him too
They
much.
need
They'll
to
get him
limit it.
killed.
Well, he needs to be smart.
Hey, they're running him like they know they have him for a year.
Well, no, to your point, Remo.
Yeah,
Whoa.
like they're gonna get rid of him.
Run into that line. You know what I mean? He's not gonna be worth shit next year to another team.
Because that last play that they called, it should have been like a play action. Let him throw the ball because he's got an arm.
It should have been a combo.
Yeah.
Something where he could run it.
When they try to just let him run it, I was like, oh, that was a terrible call, McDaniels.
Roll it out and
have a tight end coming out and receivers
with
coming
that
across.
same play the Raiders ran to win.
Yeah.
Off the edge and just.
Hey, look who's in the chat.
Yeah,
Has something to say.
Yo, he's just hating because we winning, and I get to come on the Johnson and Johnson show on Monday and talk about how the Dolphins won. Highly, so be ready, baby.
Oh, I can't. We can't wait. We knew when they won that you were going to be on after that.
Yeah, right.
I said 90s in.
Yeah, I was going to be on regardless.
I know, but you're going to be on with Smile.
Earlier, you were talking about the Marlins, and how 2 playoff appearances in your entire history. Everything else is like y'all just an average team, below average.
So the Marlins are in the playoffs 90?
Yeah, they made because of the Phillies loss last night, we're in. We needed 2 wins to confirm it, but since Philly lost last night, we're in. And we beat New York.
So my name's Bryce Harper. I go to Philly. I lose the World Series, but I got a lot of money, and now I can't even make the playoffs the next year. Gotta hurt. That's got to.
But the Philly deserve to lose.
Now, you go to Philly. I'm with you there, Remo. I'm with you there. They throw snowballs at Santa. Like, who does that? All right.
Hey, Remo. When we beat them in the playoffs to go to the Super Bowl that year, they were the dirt nastiest fans. And then right, they closed the stadium down. And we opened up the very next year. We opened up against them and beat them in their new stadium. Man, they freaking hated us, man.
Yo, hold on.
Bad,
yo, but shout out to the Philly guy doing the sound, booing Carson Wentz last week. Right on point, even with no fans. Right on point, hitting the boo button. I was dead, yo. I was like, yo, that's true Philly right there. That's true Philly. That's true Philly.
Right there, bro.
Honestly, though, like that's how much Philly sucks is that. They're basically going to give us Wentz probably. We'll end up getting Wentz in Detroit because they're going to let him walk.
Detroit?
Whatever, man.
he's not gonna be able to live down not winning that Super Bowl, even though he got him there. And his whole shit is gonna suck until he gets out of. He's got to get out of there.
All right, Big Remo, back to what Puff was saying about my Marlins, baby. All I'm saying is I don't know if we can do
Marlins
a
are the Warriors of the 90s.
I don't know if we can do this 3-0 type deal because it's going to be hard. But when we're talking about good coaching, shout out to Mattingly, because when we first got into the whole MLB, we had all these COVID cases. Those guys were out, and then we were still winning games. So, the shout out to,
who's the star players for him, 90?
Oh, Sixto Sanchez is our star pitcher, baby.
Okay, well, who's the hitters? Who's their top hitters?
Oh, man, you got to bust out the map.
He's got to bust them out, huh?
It won't focus. Anyway,
you know that's a Jeter call all the way.
He should be in the Hall of Fame, damn it.
He should.
Hey, Bear, you know who I get to see all the time here in Tampa who lives here is Wade Boggs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's just I go up to Stonewood Grill and eat, and he's always in there. He lives in there.
Yo, you know what's going to kill you?
He's a cool dude, too.
Does he still play softball?
I don't know if he plays softball, but
he would come and play softball. My friend played semi-pro softball, and he would always, they have that fast pitch or whatever, that softball, and it's all tired guys. Like he was playing somebody to pair it up.
All right, Steve. So to answer your question, our leading batting average is 283 with Jesus Aguilar, and then our leading home run hitter is Brian Anderson with 10. This just shows you that this is just a team. How can I say, just like the Miami Heat, just a couple of dogs that just go out and play for each other, man. Even though that last game was a little, I don't know what happened in the third quarters, I like to call it, for the Heat, and that's been a problem with the Ours.
Yeah, I watched
our entire franchise.
I didn't want to.
We get to the third quarter and just
last
but
night.
no, but I called the Heat in 6. I told that to Highland. I'm calling Heat in 6. There's no way that I think that, to me, and I could be wrong, but I don't think there's a way that they don't bounce back tomorrow night from last night's game. And Bam came out last night and said, you can put that on me. But what really killed us was that third quarter. They scored 41 points, bro. Like, the third quarter, as I call it. Like, and even before this team, we have a problem in the third quarter as a Heat team. I don't know why that is.
In previous games, they came back in the second half, 90.
But they came back they came back in the fourth quarter. We were going into the fourth quarter down 12, down 14, down 16, and coming back. The third quarter is what scares me, because if you can really beat us there, it's going to be harder for us to come back in the fourth.
It's when Jimmy goes out for an extended period of time.
It's not just it's not just Jimmy, bro. Because think about it, like there was a couple of nights where Goran was hot, and when he was off the floor too, it was hurting us. I think really what's hurting us, is when they take Bam off and they try to play small ball with Boston, because then they're getting those offensive rebounds and they're getting
Heroes getting exposed.
Yeah, no, Hero's been great. Like, bro, as a rookie, that kid.
As far as on his defense is being exposed.
Remo, I see even that shot that Walker hit on him. He played it perfect. Kemba, that was just a better shot. Like the defense, you couldn't because he didn't give up the lane to let Kemba drive. 2 or 3 games ago when Kemba hit that big mid-range, that crossover that he has.
What I mean as far as like.
No,
not one particular play.
It's not Tyler Hero's defense. It's Duncan Robinson. It's Duncan Robinson. When they have Duncan Robinson on the floor, his defense is a little subpar compared to everyone else.
A lot of them, when I was watching, I turned it on real quick towards the end because I was like, oh, when they went up 14 in the first quarter, I was like, oh, they're gonna win.
See, that's what scared me. That's what because all 3 games we won, we came from behind. So when we're up, I'm like, bro.
That's what I mean.
No.
When I came back in the fourth quarter, Goran had 4 fouls, Bam had 4 fouls, Jimmy had 4 fouls, and one other player had 4 fouls. And I was like, they got to play timid now for the rest.
Yeah, but Remo, I'm not saying nothing. Officiating has been terrible. Terrible. And the game before that we won, the officiating was terrible. And I was surprised we even won. Even in that game,
I was trying not to use that as the excuse when the Lakers lost.
Oh, well,
when LeBron had 14 points.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But no, but the officiating was terrible in that game too.
Hey, did the Nuggets even the series up?
No,
No. They're both.
It's
It's
2-1
3-1.
still.
It's 3-1.
3-1. So Lakers won the
3-1.
last.
Tonight we see if they win.
It's 3.
3-1. It's 3-1.
Yeah.
3-1. But people are forgetting that the Nuggets came back 3-1 both series
They
before
ain't gonna
this.
let you forget it. They keep
Series.
saying it every time I'm on.
That's right,
on
Remo.
air.
You're right. That's
Hey,
right.
the Clippers are still thinking about the third quarter and those losses
Bro,
they saw.
The third quarter, bro. You'll never forget, bro. Especially when you watch a Heat game, I'm telling you, once we get there, I'm sweating bullets. You can call 90, FaceTime me. I'm like, oh my god, I like
You're
we
like,
just
call
had
me
to.
back. Call me back.
Yeah, don't even. I'm not picking up. Call me in the fourth. Exactly, Remo.
Hey,
Call me
90. You know, my team goes for the Stanley Cup tonight.
tonight.
Right?
I know. I've been watching.
But
Hold on, see,
but
just
trust me.
I was watching that overtime win the other
Ugh.
day. I didn't text you because I think you had a heart attack, so I just let you be.
yeah.
So
Hey, I was sweating it so bad because Vasilevsky he couldn't block nothing. A beach ball would have scored on him. He couldn't. Hey, he was lost, man. Sometimes you can look in their eyes and see that some shit. He looked like he was terrified. I'm like, man, damn, you already won all these games, and he looked terrified, dude. I hope he comes out strong because
yeah, well they had
the Stars take it to us in the first period, kind of like your third period. I sweat bullets when they come out. Goddamn, Dallas looks like they're skating like they're a goddamn Olympic team passing the baton, and we look like we're skating in mud. The whole 8 minutes, man. I'm like, no, just clear the puck because we suck. Just get it out of our zone the whole time, man. I lost my damn voice screaming at him last night.
Get that out of here. It's like watching soccer. It's like, get that shit out of here. Just get
Yeah. When they're living, when one of the teams is living in your end, they're gonna score, man.
Hey, Steve, that's probably how a Falcons fan felt after fucking Sunday.
I watched that game back in between the periods.
Dude, the
Falcons, man.
are garbage. That's like a high school football team. Their defense is like a Pop Warner team out there.
Hey, when I see you, Puff, remind me. I got some Kobe Bryant cards for you.
Oh,
I got a couple rookies too. Hey, this guy right here, I effing hate this guy.
I'm surprised you still got that card, man.
Hey, only because it's worth some money.
Right?
Hey, if I had a dart set, I'd throw it at it.
That's like having to call Johnny Football, man. Like, you get the fuck out of here.
I hate Johnny Football. Him I compare as brothers.
Yeah, I can't.
But Baker Mayfield is a little better, but
I think Baker will be better once he gets out of Cleveland.
yeah, you can't win in Cleveland.
It's too much.
They got to change their uniform colors, man. That's my key. I'm telling you.
Too much crap.
If your ass stays with them same ugly uniforms, you're gonna lose, man. You're bringing bad juju on you all year.
Who's the coach that he had is in who's he the head coach for now? The old it's not in Arizona, right?
I don't know where he went.
Because if he can get back with him, he'll have all the success in the world. I'm trying to remember where it's at. Is it Denver? Not Denver. No, that's Fangio.
All I know is the Browns are always the Browns, man.
Yeah, man. They got look at them uniforms, man. Do you want to go put that shit on, Sean? For real. You know, you're gonna pick a uniform. Are you gonna say, man, shit, man, I would love to be wearing that dope ass Cleveland? You're gonna be like, hell no.
I thought it was
I never really had a problem with the uniform because I never
all right,
until they get the brown ones, and now like, yeah, they're the shit stains of the NFL.
Okay, top 3 uniforms, Sean. You go first, Bear second. I'm third, and Remo last.
Are we
The
talking
top
sports in
3
general?
uniforms in NFL that you're
NFL?
like, man, I would like to wear that uniform.
Even if they only use them once or twice. I love the powder blue San Diego Chargers uniform.
Yeah, I do like that too.
I like those powder blue. I like the what was it? I always liked the old school Giants one with the Giant logo on the side when LT was just killing quarterbacks left and right. I love the old school Giants ones.
He was hanging out with those Mets,
ones.
strawberry Mets.
And I'm not a big Steeler fan, but I always liked the black and yellow, the black and gold.
Yeah, you wear certain teams
And
got
I'll
that.
give-
You know what I mean?
I'll
They're
give an
just
honorable
always
mention.
good.
I'll give an honorable
Steelers
mention
are
to
like
Lair,
that.
'cause, the black and silver of the Raiders. It's just an iconic look. I mean, the Los Angeles Kings adopted that look because of that.
Yeah, man. So I mean, as bad as my Buccaneers aren't, I love the new uniforms. Their old ones, man, I would have put those last. Them creamsicle goddamn uniforms. We couldn't win a game with them, man.
Hey, y'all was good with Doug Williams when he helped y'all get to the NFC.
Man, they ruined Doug Williams. He would have won a lot if he was on any other team, man. Why do you think Bo Jackson opted out? He was smart. That's why.
Who's next?
But yeah, okay, Bear, your top uniforms. If you had to put one on yourself,
We can do throwbacks, right?
you can do anything. You get anything.
All right, I'm gonna go with. I used to love those Orange Crush Broncos uniforms. From the
Yeah, the
80s.
Orange Crush was awesome.
I always dug the Dolphins 70s uniforms with when it was when they used to wear like the darker colors more. Like
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The darker green.
yeah, and then I guess I would probably say I've always liked this. Oh, you know what? The Atlanta Falcons 90s.
The Deion Sanders year.
Yeah, Deion Sanders.
Okay.
Oh, were pretty cool.
Yeah, man. As much as I don't like this team, I like their uniforms. I love the Raiders uniforms, man. The Raiders uniforms. Something about that freaking that black and silver helmet. I
That
love
renegade
that.
look, it's full of renegades, man.
Yeah, for sure. And Sean hit on it. I would love that Chargers powder blue uniform. They wear that. Man, I would wear that damn uniform every home game,
I
man.
never liked
Yeah, the white helmets, though.
Yes.
never liked when they wore the yellow suits. I never liked the yellow pants that the Chargers wore.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Hey, I could tell you the only uniform I promise I'd never wear would be the Packers. I hate the Packers. Oh, my God. Them cheeseheads used to come to the Tampa Stadium and they'd have more fans. Man, I hated this. I hated them. They were always good too. They always beat us too. And for some reason, I would wear the old Chicago 50s or 60s uniforms. I love the Chicago Bears when they had just the C on the side. I love them uniforms, man. They were one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I know what Remo's going to go with something with he's got to go something with the Detroit.
Be honest, I like their the Detroit the old one where it's just the blue jersey and the silver pants. But I honestly like the old Tampa Bay Buccaneers uniforms, the orange.
God, they couldn't win with them, man.
Creamsicles.
I do. I always liked it. I always liked those ones. And
That was when Wayne Fonts was their coach.
Yeah, right.
Hey man, we had so many bad coaches. I put them out of my memory. I know that some of them Detroit coaches y'all did the same thing. Get out of my memory.
Now, Wayne Fonts is probably my favorite Detroit coach.
People loved him, man.
He couldn't win for shit, but they loved him.
All they had was Barry Sanders and then maybe a couple other players. But
yeah, I mean,
the funny thing is,
back.
I try to tell people, and I want to let Remo finish up because I want to talk about the '85 Bears. Go ahead, Remo, finish your list.
No, that's it. I like those two pretty much, and then I like all the Hurricanes uniforms.
Man, the '85 Bears beat down the Patriots in that Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
It is like the biggest disappointment of that year was it wasn't the Dolphins. I don't know if '90's still here, but it should have been Dan Marino that faced them Bears in the Super Bowl. They were the only team that beat the Bears. I can't name a single player on that damn Patriots team that went up against the Bears because that team was irrelevant.
Steve Grogan, the quarterback.
Steve Grogan, quarterback. That's all I know too. The guy that was the announcer, Bear, was the running back, the white dude. He was an ESPN announcer for a little while.
They got beat down so bad.
They didn't have Stingley, did they? It was in them years.
No,
because I know he got hurt.
I think he got hurt before that.
Before that,
Yeah, I want to say it was before that.
yeah, that team.
I remember that they had Irving Fryer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember Irvin Fryer.
Yeah, I remember he was like I remember him crying, like, come on.
The one guy.
This was he had later in the decade.
Yeah.
But that Patriots, like y'all said Steve Grogan, it comes to my mind now. I'm like, all right, Steve Grogan. I think there was a guy named Easton on the team too.
Tony Easton.
Tony Easton.
Yeah.
Was he a backup quarterback?
Yeah, they played both of them in the Super Bowl. They both got their asses whooped.
Hey, they both gave up more points than they scored.
I think I know Grogan because of Tecmo Bowl.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it should have been the Dolphins, man.
Yeah, it should have been the Dolphins. And then he never went back. That was sad because he was good, and they just never got back.
The closest they had was when the last time they made the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, that was the year he beat Joe Montana in the playoffs.
They lost to the Bills every year.
Yeah, they lost to the Bills. I don't think they made the AFC Championship when.
No, they didn't.
Hey, man, I still hate that when the Dolphins, when there's no undefeated teams, and that shit burns me up because as much as I hate the Patriots, they would have won if it wasn't for some miracle shit. They would have won that year.
I hate fucking Mercury Morris, man.
I hate
He's the first one to be talking shit when they win.
I love it, man. I love it.
They had that three-headed running. Remember Jim Kick, Zonka, and Mercury Morris with the scat back. He would do the sweeps.
Yeah, my mom's friend is married to Kim Bocamper, and every year he's like, "Hey, when we go, you guys come down." I'm just like, "Yeah, okay." Not going to your restaurant, dude. I don't want to go to your restaurant. I'm cool.
I think I did go to Shula's once. It was pretty damn good. Hey man, I don't mess around when it's food. I don't give a damn if it was a Patriots. If it was Tom Brady's place, I'd have been there.
Yeah, right. So has he been showing his face around town?
I haven't seen him nowhere, but I ain't been, with this COVID, I ain't been around much doing that. There ain't nowhere to really go.
I'm surprised he's not endorsing no car dealerships or anything like that yet.
Hey, so do you think Baker Mayfield has to go somewhere else to be good?
I do.
I absolutely agree with that.
I think he needs to go. I'm trying to think of where the coach is. It's not Kingsbury, that guy that was his coach at Texas Tech. But I thought the coach that he had at Oklahoma went into the NFL because he's the one that he won with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Because he had him and Kyler Murray. That they're both products of his system, basically. That's why they're in the NFL. Because I'm still waiting for Kyler to win some games and maybe win a Super Bowl.
Hey man, I would have lost a lot of money. I bet that he wouldn't finish the season, his first season on his feet because he always ran the ball. I said, man, he's gonna end up like RG3. Yeah. But man, he's a whole hell of a lot smarter than RG3, boy. He says, hey, he gets down or he gets out of bounds. He don't go for all that dumb shit.
And he's put on a little bit of weight. He put on.
He's proved me wrong for real so far.
Yeah, I had him. The only reason why I know is because I had him as my fantasy quarterback last year.
You did? Oh, I got
every game I took him out.
I got Mahomes and I got Aaron Rodgers. And Jesus, man. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know who to play. They played Baltimore this week, and then I think Packers played the Saints. I'm leaning towards the Packers because the Saints been giving up a lot of yards, man. Yeah, Saints and I think Baltimore's a little better. But they could get in a shootout. You know what I mean? And Mahomes has to throw. He will.
Oh, he ain't got no problem with letting it rip. That's for sure.
Nope.
I still stick to this. If they lose Hill, Mahomes loses Tyreek Hill, I think that's gonna cost him a lot. They better not lose him because he opens that field up for everybody else. You need that guy to take the cap off that defense.
They need one of those other guys to step up since they took all the damn receivers in the drafts the last 2 years. They get, some of those other guys got to step up. It can't just be a Hill.
Yeah, Hill. They
all that.
got to back up off Hill, so he's giving everybody room to work.
Well, that's
once you take that guy off, and they're like, "Oh, these guys ain't that fast. I can come up."
They paid Patrick all that money, so he got to have multiple receivers that's really good.
Hey, did y'all see the race with Hill and Terrell Owens and one other guy? I can't remember who the other guy was, but they raced for money.
Yeah.
But Terrell Owens got a 5-yard head start or something.
Yeah.
Hey, he couldn't catch Terrell Owens though. Terrell beat him. Terrell's old. He still beat him. But hey, he was coming like a freight train for him.
Terrell was always a freak, guys. I gotta drop out of here. I take my dog for a walk and stuff. But
all right, man.
I'm proud that I was able to hang for 2.5 hours.
You did great. You did great.
Go Lions.
Yeah, I guess. Go Lions.
Hey, he said he's not allowed to say that. They put him out of their memory bank. He's not allowed to say that word.
The Lions always have a lead at halftime.
Yeah.
The joke is the other team's got us right where they want us.
Yeah.
I know they were leading again last week, weren't they, for a little bit?
Nah.
Yep.
Yeah, for what, 7-0?
Been down that road too many times.
Yeah.
Well, Ben, it was great having you on. I was thinking of questions that I want to ask, but with you leaving, you're always welcome back if you want to come back next week.
I got a few minutes. She's just bugging me to get fed and go for a walk. So
mine are doing the same thing, but I just disregard. I'm like, I don't care.
I tell my wife to get them. She gets them and takes them all.
If you want? I got a couple minutes.
I want to ask you, what is your comic book origin story? Like how you got into comics and what led to you to continue the hobby?
My comic book origin story was I used to collect baseball cards, and then I realized my brother, who's 3 years younger than me but has always been way cooler than me, was collecting comic books. So I was like, oh, these are kind of cool. Like you actually get to read something and, and then of course, like Death of Superman and Nightfall and stuff happened. And I just transitioned from one little hobby to the other. Like so many of us, I got into junior high and high school and my priorities changed. And then, so I gave it up for a long time. Came back to it in 2017, just because I was a little bit bored during the winter. And I was like, I wonder what's up with comic books. And I went into a shop and I had a good experience in the shop. So that just, they got me back in, and one thing led to another, and I'm now spending all my money on comic books.
And when you, what was your first con experience? Was it when you came back to the comics?
No, my first con experience was Motor City Comic Con 93, maybe 92. I remember I got autographs from Dan Jurgens and Kelly Jones on my Batman and Superman books. Well, my dad dropped me and a junior high friend off a few hours later, and I remember being in the dollar bins and thinking I was getting some great deals on a whole bunch of Spawn number 9s because they were the first appearance of Angela. I think I got they were like $1 a piece, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna have these forever. I still have them, but they're not worth that much.
It's funny you mentioned like 92, 93, because that was around the time I started going to cons when I was a kid. And when I met with Steve and Hialeah them at Tampa Bay Con last year, and I asked them that question, most of them said they've only been going to con for like the last 4 or 5 years. So I was like, man, I'm the con veteran out of all these guys. So it was kind of surprising for me that, some of these people only been to con for the last couple of years, and I've been going to con since 1992.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, I wish I'd stuck with it, but obviously, you get into high school and stuff, and you start chasing girls or whatever. And
I chase the girls, but I still have my little side hobby of comics. Because I remember when I was in high school, Midtown Comics first opened.
Yeah,
Midtown Comics first opened, and we used to go to Times Square because my school was downtown Brooklyn. So we just jump on the train and go to Manhattan and just hang out at Times Square till like 6, 7 o'clock, and then I gotta come home and do homework when I don't want to do homework, man.
Yeah. I mean, part of it for me was, when you're in like junior high school, you get like an allowance, or maybe you have a job or something, and you can kind of spend that money how you want. Then when you get to college, you got no money.
Yep.
And like, you know, your parents aren't giving you an allowance anymore. If they are, it's to pay your phone bill or whatever. And you don't have extra money to spend. It's not going to go towards beer or whatever, or fun with other people your age. At least I didn't. So that's part of the reason I sold my whatever valuable comics I had to a local comic shop and just sort of cashed out. But there's always been that nostalgia there. There's always been love for the movies and things like that were coming out. So I was always sort of like on the periphery, but I never really just dove back in until 2017, and it was just sort of like a comfort food for me, you know, like this is something from my childhood that was cool. I wonder if it's still cool. And some of it is, some of it's not the best, but you know, modern comics are what they are. And there's great stuff out there, but there's also, you know, obviously stuff we wish could be better. But
I don't know what I missed, but I think the greatest thing about modern comics today, or how it's led me, is to meet all of you guys, man. And to be honest, like that to me it's priceless. I can't believe that comics has taken me down this rabbit hole, aka leading me to these, like, you know, friendships that I know that are pretty much like timeless and lifetime. Because I already know if I'm ever in your area, I could hit you up and you got me. You're taking me out. You're making sure I'm, you know, seeing the best parts of towns. We're hitting shops. Same thing with Remo when I'm out west, you know. And to me, that's what it's worth, you know, even with all these shitty modern stories.
some people recently have been like, hey, don't you feel like an urgency to put out videos and things like that? And I'm like, no, because I have what I want from this. Like from starting a YouTube channel. I have what I want, and that's several sets of friends that are really great, and I can talk to you on Instagram. I feel I need to put out videos in order to get more friends because I've got I don't care how many followers I have or subscribers.
I'm with you there, but I stopped caring about that a long time ago, man.
Yeah, it's not about
like what 3,000 followers on Instagram, and yet I don't even average more than like 80 likes per post and stuff like that. But I don't care. You know, I post what I like. My Instagram page is a variety page. Comics is the focus, but I like to post movies, music, wrestling, and all that stuff. Man, that's what I love. You know.
Yeah, but you know what's great is, like, as we were doing before this, like comics is what like led us here, but then of course we all have so many other similar interests. Like we were just talking about sports, you know what I'm saying? Like
half the show.
Exactly. You know, I hopped on last week while these guys were talking hip hop. I mean, I'm not sure if these guys figured this white kid would have this much knowledge on hip hop, you know what I'm saying? But I was, happy to join that because that's something to me growing up was a big part of my childhood growing up, teenager, even my young adult years, and it's cool to experience that and share those experiences, with you guys. So that's what I love about this. Like at this point, like comics to me are like second nature. Like Steve will tell you, we rarely even talk comics anymore. Like we call each other up. We're talking about sports, bass fishing, and
everything.
It's like comics is what draws in, and then we go beyond that and learn about each other and stuff, and then we just have fun talking about other things that.
Hey, look at what Al did. He posted a key, a round key and a square key, and said, "Who remembers this?" Right? No big deal. I'm like, shit, man. That that one starts the car. This one's for the trunk and the door. And all that. Next thing you know, man, shit, we're all talking about every car we had and shit. And there's like 1,000 comments on one little because he posted 2 keys.
Because it's what you're talking about. When you found your people, you can talk about anything with them.
Yeah, man, for
Yeah.
sure.
It's like I
pay 400 subs or whatever, but I've already won.
Yo, bro, I'm with you there. Like, I realized that, Bear, when at one point in time, I'm like, I want to grow the channel. Like, of course, I guess when you first start, like everyone has that right at first, right? And then like I started to notice, I'm watching certain channels, and then all of a sudden, like the channels I'm watching, Bueller, John, Gem Mint, hit me up to ask me to go on his channel. And then in my head, I'm like, bro, I already made it. I don't need subscribers. Like the channels I was watching, they're all like, yo, bro, come hang out. Like, subscribers don't mean nothing. Like, okay, yeah, you can make a little money on it, but I guess we all know unless you got like a million subscribers, like you ain't making real coin out of this, you know?
Yeah.
So like this connections is where it's at for me, man. And
And to make that kind of money, you got to have drama. You
Bro,
have to have drama. You know what I mean? You know, me and Bear got to have a freaking rip and be arguing and bullshit. You know what I mean? And we all behind the scenes, we're like, Bear, we got him, man. We got him.
Him grad, so, you know, I'm not a huge Buckeye fan, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We could do that sometime if you want to create some drama. I'll be like, go Blue.
Oh yeah, and but you like Blue. He 90 hates the Buckeyes because of the call they got against Miami. He hates the Buckeyes.
Bro, they stole that championship from us. They stole that championship.
I don't
Bro, go watch it. That was a late flag. And there was no pass interference, bro. Buddy was like this. Hands straight up. There
Hey
was
man,
no pass.
he stole his wallet, watch, and his chain in the same play.
What people don't realize too, from that guy that threw the flag was an alumni from Ohio State, and from that game on, they made a rule that no refs could be alum from either schools, and people don't bring that up from that. So if you don't feel like you're cheated after that, come on, Steve.
Hey man,
come on.
hey, during that game 90, we threw a pass, and the University of Miami defender ran our receiver over flat. Wasn't there no flag on that one?
Yeah, but that was a different time. You could
I don't
still
care.
run
That
like
was
that.
50 yards. They just cost us. That could have been a touchdown. We might have never went into overtime with y'all.
Definitely wouldn't.
Y'all still should have won the game. You know it. Y'all had
That was
4th and
terrible.
20. Y'all had 4th and 20, and you let us get a first down.
You know what I want to see? I want to see 90 and Steve rewatch that game live.
I'll be calling all kinds of penalties on y'all.
I can't.
How many things where you watch something?
Honestly, the game.
Yeah, I know, but
Okay, I'm
Hold
gonna
on.
say
Let Remo
I'm
speak.
gonna
Hold on,
agree.
Steve. Let Remo speak. I want to hear what Remo's got to say.
What pisses me off is U of M. I think it was 92 or 93 when they played Alabama and got robbed.
Oh, yo, so Remo, you
I
ready
watched
to
that Burger King.
you ready to get this win tonight, baby, against Florida State? Let's go.
I'm about to turn it on. And then
Hey,
get
hold
on.
on. Oh, since you're trying to make me mad, 90, I'm just going to have to bring up. Did Florida Atlantic beat UM last year?
Hey.
I think they did.
Dude, but you know what? This year,
Quarterback hurt.
hey, we got a new quarterback, and we
Who?
2-0, and we about King. You didn't look at my boy King? Go get out of here. What? Watch when we beat up on this garbage Florida State team tonight. Steve, prime time, 8:30. Guess where college game day is today? Down at the Hard Rock Stadium, baby. If I wasn't working, I would have been crashing. You would have seen your boy 90.
There's always a new quarterback who's going to save Miami. Give me a break.
No, he's at. I mean, this guy King though is a good quarterback, and he's making good decisions.
This one.
Oh,
Let me do my best Morris Day in the time.
oh, yeah. Okay. See you at the end of the season. And hey, my boy Kirk Herbstreit picked Miami as the sleeper this year to make it into the playoffs.
Hey, Kirk Herbstreit.
People have been sleeping on Miami all year, baby. It's all good.
Hey man, he's not allowed to come to Ohio no more. He's been banned as a fake fan, as a fake player.
No, that sounds like the salty Ohio
Herbstreit
State
was
fans that got
a garbage
cheated.
quarterback.
we've been waiting for the return of Miami because I remember those 2000 Miami teams, man, and I was like,
Listen,
God, that's
Hey, you know what? Hold on, Steve. Before you say anything, you can say whatever you want about the U, but you can go look it up in the NFL. We still produce the most NFL players, baby.
we got just as many. We right there too, man.
Oh, no,
Look
we
at
got
every defensive back on there. The whole Saints team is Ohio
hey,
State.
hey, I would say even though he didn't play in the NFL, the U did produce The Rock. He did produce The Rock.
Just saying. Yo, the U produced Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, two of the greatest to ever play in their positions.
Listen, I seen Ray Lewis is from here. He's from Lakeland.
Yeah. Bro, what, you're going to tell
And
me that
they got him on a picture as a wrestler. He was a wrestler, and I think he was at
And I'm not bringing up
183 pounds. Can you imagine that monster at 183 pounds?
Oh.
As a it's cool.
Yo, do you
He
remember
was
when
like flying around there throwing everybody through the wall.
Yo, do you remember when Ed Reed was knocking everybody out in the U?
Yep.
Have you guys ever seen the U documentary by Billy Corben? So good. So good. One of my favorite ones is the second,
The
U part.
U can't get back because they can't They're
Steve,
not going to be able to. No, they're
Oh,
not
I
going
don't-
to be
okay.
able to cheat.
yeah, whatever you think. The U is
You talk
coming
about
back.
man. You talk Sean Taylor, man.
No, they got good players now. Miami's had great players.
Yo,
There ain't no
look,
doubt.
do me a favor. Can you mute that Ohio State guy for me real quick? All right.
Who's won a championship since then? Since we beat you? Oh, we won another one. We beat
Hey, hold on.
with
Who's
the
got
third
got-
string quarterback. We won the
who
championship.
still has the most national? Who still got
Me.
5 national championships? Y'all ain't
When
got
you
5.
say the, everybody knows what comes after that. The
The U.
Ohio
The
State.
U.
You.
The U, baby. That's what happens with the U. There's only one. The U.
I could say Ohio State also won that championship because they deliberately took out Willis McGahee. Damn, that shit was horrible, man. He was starting
Deliberately?
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
That changed
He
Willis.
tried to run around the right end and he got
just-
demolished, son.
man.
I felt bad for him, though. I tell you that.
I think that was just a ball, man.
I mean, you see this man running, he goes straight for that knee, bro. That shit. Oh.
That's how you tackle. You don't go up top and get run over.
One of my favorite Ed Reed moments, though. It's in the
Yeah,
U part
like
two.
the line and stuff and hit him there. But man, that shit was gruesome. I hate when I see players get
I don't
injured
want to
like
see people getting hurt. The worst was the guy from the Raiders, McCallum, when he got his leg broke the
Oh,
other
yeah.
way. That was horrible. And
Theismann.
Lawrence
Yeah,
Taylor
bro,
when he
Alex
hit your boy. Oh, my
Alex
God.
Smith was the same thing. No one thought he would make that road to recovery back. But hey, I want to go back to my favorite Ed Reed moment. It's in the U part 2. We were only up by like 1 or 2 touchdowns, and it was like halftime. And like he went out there and like hurt his shoulder. He like popped it out, and they're in the locker room. Everyone's like, "Yo, you good? Are you all right? You all right?" He's like, "Stop asking me if I'm all right. I'm not all right. We're only up by 7." Like he's like pissed. Like they ain't like blowing this team out. I was like, "Yo, that's why that guy is like one of the greatest of all
Hey
time."
man, he was a champion ball hawk, dude.
Bro,
The ball would find him, man. It bounced off everybody. Oh, Ed Reed's there. He's good, man.
I know, but this
In the pros, he had a lot in there.
At one point in time, this was our backfield: Clinton Portis, Willis McGahee, and Frank Gore.
Yeah.
That is insane, bro. That is like that blows my mind. Like that was our backfield.
You had McGahee. McGahee left. You had Frank. I mean, it was just nonstop.
I think Frank Gore's still playing somewhere.
Yo, Frank Gore is like a Miami legend. I met him a few times when I was working for GameStop, and it's crazy, bro. He's short, like he's wide, but he's short, bro. And when he comes in, bro, like you don't even like, just like exactly like how he seems, just super quiet, just very, yo, what's up, like grab this stuff and like was out, but like huge, bro, like just wide.
Yeah, that Miami they were producing players like it was nothing. It's like
But a lot of them were from down there in Miami, down in that area. A lot of them,
And you got to call him.
I'm sure it was all above board too, by the way.
Hey, yeah. When they lost the dude that was throwing all the parties, they were done. I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about
that's what killed him. That dude, that alumni guy, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
God, I can't remember his name.
For a few years.
Because in the 90s, you had Luke, from the three live crew that was involved with
Bro, every video that they did, they were all rocking Canes, bro. That's what put the Canes on the map. That's why Big Remo's a Canes fan in LA, bro.
Bay Area, man, Bay Area.
Oh, Bear. Sorry. My bad. I'm just saying that West Coast. It was West Coast.
Man, that's like saying you're from Tallahassee.
I guess so. My bad. I guess I view Miami and LA a lot alike. So like if I ever were to move out there, it'd probably be LA.
That's because you've never been to the Bay Area, man.
Yeah, that's true though. You're right. I haven't gotten high feet on a real level.
If you are a musician or enjoy music, you won't move to LA. Do it.
You move to the Bay. Yeah, no, that's true, bro. E40, Too Short, like a lot of those pioneers straight from the Bay.
Starship, Journey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
As long as you don't bring up
Rick Ross.
Was Parliament out there?
bring a
Saw that, Steve?
Yo, bro. Yo, man, I love me some Rick Ross. Like I said, ain't nothing lyrical about it, but that hypes me up, baby.
You saw Al's whole face change?
It was funny, bro.
Okay, but like I said,
was
ain't
like-
nothing
How's
lyrical
it?
about it. Like I said, Rick Ross put Miami on the map. He's had a ton of hits. Like and like I said, his career. I'm not saying it's
Hey
anything.
man, I hope 90 didn't bring up the 2 Live Crew. He better not have brought up the 2 Live Crew.
Of course I did.
Hey,
That's
I'm
mine.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know you did that. I already told me.
Miami, you have to be live.
Of course I did.
I brought him
Bro, I brought up Trick Daddy and everything. That's when Big Al really got like, no, don't even start.
Trick Daddy.
When you brought up Trick Daddy, I was like, I can't stand that I'm a Thug song. I hated that fucking song, man.
Hey, but you know what? My favorite rapper, as I mentioned, of all time is MF Doom. And if that doesn't tell you that, like, I listen to hip hop and love hip hop, I don't know what does. That to this day, Doom is the illest, the villain. And I know he gets a lot of shit, but he really plays the villain role, bro. So,
I love me some MF Doom, man.
his rhyme schemes, it's not even about the lyrics for him. It's about those schemes, bro.
I'm in over my head on hip hop. I'll just tell you that now. If you ain't talking about the Furious 5, I'm out.
I brought up the dogs.
Speaking of dogs, I do have to get going here. Went for a walk.
Remo, my favorite rapper is Rapping Forte. Do you know who that is?
Absolutely, he's from San Francisco.
That is my favorite
Players
rapper
Club.
of all time.
And the crazy part is, if you heard Old Too Short, that's where he got his first song was with
Yeah.
Too Short.
Yeah, Rapping Forte was, man, he was something else, man.
Yeah.
Yo, if I'm not mistaken, Remo, didn't Master P like kind of get started out in the Bay Area?
Sure did. He started
Right? Yeah, man. Like he went from New Orleans out there, and that's kind of like where his empire slowly built from there.
Well, we really don't know if he really was in New Orleans at first. It's fine, and it's like me. I got all kinds of family in Detroit. I could go to Detroit right now and get it popping and be like, oh yeah, I've always been here. I'm from here because I know enough people out there that could vouch for me, but that doesn't mean I was there. So he was here first. He had a record store. He got his money.
Hey, and they will call your ass out.
He went back.
If I would go out there and not feed the people. He went out there and gave everybody jobs, so they had no reason to say, oh, yeah, he's not from here, Yeah, I went out there and saved a bunch of people, but...
No, I think, for instance, like, he grew up, like, young childhood was New Orleans, and then, like, his teenage years, that's when he went out to the Bay. But I get what you're saying.
Him learning everything that he...
Was in the Bay. Yeah, for sure, but without a doubt.
For him, they put him where he was at, and if you notice, no artists that were signed to him were from here.
Mm-hmm. They're all from there.
Yeah. So that was kind of why he kind of lost his pass out here.
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't take care of the people to put him on,
Yeah.
Hey, Remo, what do you know about the Players Club, baby?
I'll be right
Rapping
back.
Forte in the Players Club.
Yo.
Him in the heart of HP.
Yo. Hold on. Do y'all remember that movie? I remember that movie, The Players Club.
Hey, my favorite was back again.
Back again, yeah.
Man, it didn't last long, but man, that thing was.
I got a funny story about him. Though one time, my brother was like, "Man, I was at, I went to Reno over the weekend," and I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "What'd you do?" He's like, "Man, I was walking through Circus to get to another hotel, and we jumped on the elevator, and I seen Rapping Forte getting off." He was like, "For real?" He's like, "Yeah," and then when I got inside, man, that motherfucker farting in the elevator. He was pissed, man. He was like, "I was looking for him, I couldn't find him."
Hey, Puck, did you ever see the movie The Wood?
I'm not gonna hold you to it.
What happened?
I said, if Bear Allen said you still gotta leave.
Yeah, I gotta jump out, guys. Sorry, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
All right, Bear. That's all good, brother.
Hey, it's been so much fun, guys. I really appreciate the hang.
All right, man.
Yo, Big Bear, be easy, man. It was a pleasure being on with you, brother.
Always. We'll do it again sometime.
All right, man.
All right.
Be good.
Later, fella.
I'm gonna go make me a sandwich.
Hey, but Sean, You remember? Y'all remember the movie The Wood?
Yeah.
Man, that shit was so damn good, man. That movie is so goddamn funny, man. They put the money in the jar. And my boy had to be messing with the worst girl, had the worst brother.
Stacy.
Yeah, man, that shit was.
And that shit's funny because that reminds me of when I used to go visit my cousins in LA. It was the same way.
Hey, the one dude that was the main dude when he was trying to learn how to dance, and his mom came in.
Yeah.
And I fucking died laughing. And he was like, "You like that? You like that?"
Yeah, when his brother, when he had on those corduroy pants, he was like,
yeah. Hey, and your boys found out that they got like 5 numbers each, and he only got 1, but he got hers. They like, man, damn, you won.
The funniest part of that movie is when, he was ready to get something from the girl, but she wanted a condom.
Yeah.
Bro, he had to go in the brother's room to get it.
Yeah.
The brother coming in with a girl herself ready to get it on, but he already got the condom. Yeah. So the girl, you ain't got no condom.
Man, boy, that shit was funny.
Imagine if he left that condom there and he would have got it. He was been under the bed while they doing the wild thing, man.
Yeah. Hey, that whole damn movie was so damn funny, man. Like that's one of the movies that comes on every time I watch, no matter what. Yeah. I watch it no matter what. It's a few of them like that. That comes on. My boys was talking so much shit.
That shit is hilarious.
Yeah, man. Hey, he said to his buddy, "Man, are you fucking crying?
Yeah.
Are you crying? Get your ass in the back seat. Hey, little Jake, get up in the front." And I was fucking rolling, man. He said, "He's got more goddamn heart than you."
Yeah. That shit's hilarious.
Man, that shit was funny, boy.
Yo, that dude has a straight Eazy-E persona, man.
Yeah, that dude was just like him with the Jerry curl, the brother.
Like if only they did the NWA movie early on, he would have been the perfect Eazy-E.
Hell yeah, he would have been perfect.
That too, in terms of how his persona is. If you see him on Instagram, you see his videos, he still has that persona, man.
Because most of those dudes are like really from out there. They're like really, Because everybody in LA, like, somebody that works in the industry. You know what I mean? Like your aunt or uncle works at one of the film companies. Like my aunt used to work for the cable company, and they know all kinds of people. Like you can get in acting if you want to. Like I keep telling my wife, I'm like, let's just move to LA and let our daughter act in commercials and shit, and we won't have to do nothing. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but some of them directors are straight freaking creeps.
Yeah, they are. Hey, Puff, my wife said you're looking good with the haircut.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, man. Y'all gonna cause him to get a damn haircut every other week now, man. Sean say the girls like this.
They like it low.
Hey, I had to get a shave when I had the girls on the show a couple of months ago. They
wanted you with the beard.
Oh, so you had to look good for them girls. I see.
Hey, man.
Hey, when he had all that coffee on the screen with him, I was like, God, this is right here.
Man, he had all kind of girls
like
on there,
6
man.
panels, and Steve was in there like.
I was like, damn, God dang. Boy, got it going on. I got to get off here and get in the chat.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, hold on, let me see what I'm looking at. Now that was a good show, though.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Hey, because I would have never in my life thought that them type girls would like comics. Just that alone, nothing else. You look at them girls, you're thinking, man, they don't even know a goddamn. Man, they was naming everything. They knew everything. That shit was good. Yeah,
that's why I wanted to do that show. The females
you don't know.
Yeah, and I knew they were the right ones because they read comics. Gabby draws. Comic book artists.
She's been killing it lately too, man. She's selling the shit out of her bait since you put her on that show, Sean. Hey, man, Sean, you might as well have been her manager, man. She just all kinds of shit.
What you say, Remo?
When I be going on there, all the shit sold out.
Yeah, you click on shit and it's sold.
She be creating some stuff, and I be like, man, I was telling I'm not to do it, man, but I want to order it, man.
Yeah, you got that Miles Morales. And you told, and I was all right with you getting it till you told me the price you got it for. Then I was like, what?
I went on there looking to pay the regular price, and she discounted that in the Iron Man. So I'm like, shit, I can get both of these now.
Hey, you were lucky, Sean. I would have for a fact got that.
Well, I did A-OK that Iron Man one out. You know, I A-OK it out because if you know the person, he's been on the show before. He's a big Iron Man fan. You know, his birthday is after mine. Mine's is the 29th. His is the 30th.
Oh, okay, on 29.
Yeah, so I A-OK'd it to him, Dan, Diecast Cook.
Yeah, I was thinking you were talking about Dan because I know you weren't going to say Thor.
Right.
You hate Thor.
Hate Thor, bro. I know not to send him Thor.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that Thor was so much fun. I definitely plan on hoping to do another one with them. Maybe even because it's important to show that females and black females.
You just don't think of females in that capacity, and then all them girls was talking about everything, and man, how they was in school, and you know they were considered geek. You know what I mean? I'd have been like, damn, I want to be friends with them. You know,
right?
But man, I gotta, you know, but I was like, I was an athletic kind of, you know, somewhat. And I was like in the middle. I played chess. I like comics, but I also could play baseball, football, and all that too. But I just like shit. I just got along with every fucking body, so I ain't had no problem in school.
In school, when I was growing up, most of the girls wasn't interested in comics.
No, if they wasn't talking about it.
Yeah,
you would have not known. Even it could have been some.
I do remember a girl rescuing my comics when I got in trouble with the teacher. Like he caught me talking. So he came to the back, saw the comics on the table, took them comics and threw them in the trash. And you know, I was a sad motherfucking panda, bro. I was sad. But the girl up front knew I liked the comics, so she took them out the trash when he left the room and had them passed back to me. So I was like,
hell yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's kind of
hell yeah.
That's the one you gotta keep.
Right.
Like, that's my ride or die right there.
Hey, Remo, I don't know how they thought they was gonna Earth, Wind, and Fire wasn't going to win that round Thursday with Shining Star, knowing that shit comes in hitting right off the bat.
That's me and my wife were saying the same.
Hey, I did love the other song. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
if that shit was against any other group,
it was tough. It was tough.
It was tough.
There was a few rounds on there that we in here we were split.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
And we were split. Like,
yeah, me and my wife too, because there was Madonna songs. She loves Madonna.
Yeah.
And I like Madonna, all right, but I'm not in love with her. But
exactly, there was a few like then even like there was Hall & Oates and I want to say it was Hall & Oates and somebody.
Yo, Hall & Oates I saw Hall & Oates like 4 years ago down here at the Hard Rock, and legit, I swear to God, Remo and Steve, I had never seen a concert in my life because those guys are old now. It started exactly on time at like 7 p.m. and it was done by like 8:30. Me and my homies got out. We're like, damn, like what do we do? Like, so we wound up just partying at the Hard Rock. I was dead, yo. I was like, yo, I ain't never seen a show start exactly on time, and then like an hour and a half later, they were out. And then, like, the best part is like, it wasn't like a concert where everything is real loud. Like they were playing at the perfect level. Like to have a conversation with somebody. Like it was like if you were just chilling with Hall & Oates.
Hey man, my first concert I went to was had Midnight Star opening up, and god dang, what's his name that sings Through the Grapevine?
Man,
they were the main act. Zap Band. The Zap Band was the Zap Band had 30 people on stage. I'm not lying. If it wasn't 30, it was 40.
Yeah.
And man, that shit was loud. They were passing pop through the. I mean, but everybody was down there dancing, and it ain't no shit like that no more. Like that, like
what do you mean?
Everybody in there was getting along. I'm talking about no arguing. There was no cops in the whole place.
Never been to a festival nowadays.
Oh, festivals are totally different. I'm talking about this is in a venue.
Everyone's real friendly at festivals. real
Well,
friendly.
this
That's
was
all
like in a freaking in a. I don't know if it was the Sun Dome. I can't remember where it was. God, it might have been in
we're
Tampa
missing out on
Stadium.
all
I'm not
our-
sure.
it's all our shows.
I mean, I've seen a lot of different acts and shows. I was telling Remo, Puff, and Big Al last week, and what is Matt, right?
yeah,
That
man.
was on the show. You know, that one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. It was Shaka Khan, Al Green, and BB King, and that was just like music history all in one night.
Hey man,
And-
Shaka Khan sang the worst national anthem I ever heard. She's
But-
a great singer on her song.
I mean, hey, but I'll tell you what, she put on a hell of a show.
no,
Al Green
she's
put on
great.
a hell of
I
a
love
show.
her.
And then,
That
yo,
was just like
I got to see BB King before he passed, and it was like right before he passed. And I'll never forget, yo, he was asking the crowd if he can keep playing. Like, that was blowing my mind because usually
What?
everyone
Man,
asking,
ain't
encores, like,
nobody turning down
"Can I
no
keep
free
playing?"
music they like.
bro, I was like, yeah, BB, play all night, baby. I ain't going nowhere.
Keep going.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
let
let's go.
everybody leave, and there'll be the real fans will still be there.
You know? Oh no, but that place was packed because I think that was like BB's last tour. And you know, he was sitting and everything like that. So
That's why I was telling Remo in the chat in the comments the other day. I went and seen Earth, Wind, and Fire when they came here, and Verdell White came out first on the stage, and Verdell White's got to be 70-something years old. He's got to be, man.
He is. I think he's 70.
yo,
He still rocks out, man.
Hold on.
Sean, he came out from the jump street like this.
He still
and
rocks
never,
out.
Never stopped.
one of the weirdest combinations of a show that I've ever seen. It was Cool in the Gang, which is amazing, opening up for Van Halen. Van Halen was terrible. This was David Lee Roth from like a few years ago with like a shot voice. But
God,
Kool
I
and
want to
the
say I saw that when it came here.
Gang was good. Cool in the Gang was so goddamn good.
Dude,
Like,
I'm
was
pretty
on
sure I saw that before they went to Miami. I think they came through here first. I saw that.
yeah, and he was
I was-
complaining about that show because something about air.
No, they were great. Cool in the Gang was great.
But Van Halen was terrible.
I don't remember if it was. I want to say it was somebody else though, but maybe not.
Cool in the Gang and Van Halen. I'll never forget that matchup. It was like, you saw Cool in the Gang and Van Halen? Like, yeah, Kool in the Gang
me too.
was
It was
Van Halen
weird.
was the closer. It was just
I want to
you
know.
know.
I want to know who that promoter was and who did he owe money to.
Yo, bro, but Cool in the Gang was the better act, bro. I couldn't believe it, bro. I was so disappointed with Van Halen. Like, so disappointed.
Hey, my wife always rubs it into me that she went to see Prince and I didn't see him, so I didn't get to see Prince.
We saw Prince, the piano where he just played the piano and everything, all the songs a cappella,
Oh, wow.
and he died 2 weeks later.
That's
You got
crazy.
lucky, boy, to see that. Damn.
Because
My parents.
I was so sick that week, and I missed the week school. Missed work the whole week. You know, I was sick, and then my wife was like, "We got these tickets, we gotta go." And I was like, "Fuck!" It was like a Friday night, and I was like, "All right, let's go." I was sick. If it was COVID time, I was COVID. I had COVID. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was giving everybody at the order.
I didn't care.
Hey,
'Cause I
me
was-
too. Hey, me too, Rebot.
Giving everybody COVID.
I had a cold in December. I want to say it was November, December, in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm talking, and I was fighting with my wife, right? We were in an
Right.
argument. So I didn't even come home. I stayed at our work. I slept in my truck at work because we was fighting.
Right.
Man, I was so sick, man. I couldn't do nothing, man. I was laid out in my truck, and I was like, man, this sucks, man. I ain't got no medicine and no nothing, man.
I gotta go home and say sorry.
Get my ass inside, bro.
I'm over
Hey,
here-
she came and got my ass from up there and told me get my ass home.
shoot.
My parents, when they first started dating, they always tell me about this, but they saw Sade like at a local club down here in Miami. And my mom swears, she goes, the first time we saw her, they started to like follow her and like, you know, saw her like blow up. She goes, I knew from the first time I saw her that like she was gonna be something. And
Yeah.
that was like one of the things that, you know, I guess before I was born, you know, that was like one of the big dates that they remember, like seeing Sade, and then they became fans and always like, you know, watched her and followed her. So
See, that's another thing too. Like, man, you guys are privileged out in your area because you guys get a lot of good shows too that we don't get because you got that whole Caribbean and you know the island people out there. You get a lot of stuff.
to your point, like for that island and like reggae,
Miami's got that way
vibe,
more.
for sure. The only thing is like when it comes to like bigger like tours and stuff like that, unfortunately, a lot of bands and artists, they don't like coming down here. Like they either come down here at the start of their tour or the beginning of their tour, because the Panhandle is 8 hours to get through. Like like it's no joke. And a lot of the times, starting in Miami, your tour is probably best, because you got that energy and you get out. But by the time a lot of these bands come down and they're ending their tours in Miami, but bro, they're just ready to like go home, bro. You can tell.
Hey,
But
Remo, did
to your
you
point,
ever
Remo,
see?
that island vibe though, there's a ton of people down here, and that's like a very popping thing.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's at the festival too. You had a festival. Tell them about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was some awesome reggae stuff, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Remo, did you ever get to see Lakeside?
I have. I've seen Lakeside before.
Fuck, I'm mad because you seen Lakeside, man.
Lakeside, I've seen.
They've been on my hit list. Like I've been watching them for the last like 6 months. Like I put their shit on the greatest hits, and it plays like 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 songs, and then it blends in some other ones.
Called what's the one that the picnic, Stone Soul Picnic? It's called the Stone Soul Picnic, and usually if it's a good one, and when they have a good one, the headliner is Maze and Frankie Beverly. So you'll have them, but then you'll have like Lakeside, you'll have Midnight Star, you'll have
Midnight Star, man.
All kind, like all those type.
No parking on the dance floor.
Yeah, like late 70s. What do you call it? Confunctions from out here. So Confunction will perform. You have all those big bands. So
yeah, because a lot of Lakeside, man, I didn't know they was really that good because I didn't know they sang didn't know it was them singing certain songs.
Yeah, like fantastic.
So then when I found out, I'm like,
come along and ride on a fantastic voyage.
That's Sean. That's the first one that comes up when you search.
Yeah.
And but the song that
trying to think about most of that song.
Really looking for was the song Remo was "Make My Day."
Oh yeah.
That was the one I wanted because when I was a kid, man, we didn't know that they sang that, and we always loved that song. Me and my friend Clayton, man, we're like, man, who the fuck sings that song? So man, I punched that in, and it came up, and I played it, and when I heard it, I said, that's fucking it. Lakeside all this time, because Outrageous was one of my favorite skating songs from skating.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I loved Outrageous, man. And hey, they did the theme like of have you seen the video? They all dress up like
Sure, I posted the video for you on Steve
yeah,
one
you
time.
posted it. I was like, man, I ain't seen the video in so long. I'm so mad because I can't do videos yet like that.
Yeah. I know. Every time I see a post from Sean, I'm like, God.
Sean
even broke it down and showed me how to do it. And every time I go to do it, I'm like,
Sean been posting some shit he knows I'm gonna like too, and he fucking me up. And knowing I can't post nothing back, I can't even respond.
Can't repost it like you used to be able to do it. So.
Hey, the next time Sean's here with me, he's gonna show me how to do it because I'm gonna know how to do it soon.
Man, like I said,
he broke it down in the DM and showed me how to do it, and like
so that you could do it without getting in trouble and all that. Because I guarantee you, I'll do it. They'll say you're banned Stone Cold for a month. Yeah. I know it.
Well, shoot, I had to shut it down for a bit because I posted 3 videos consecutively. I saved them, with all my caption stuff. Then I posted them, and then while I was doing the 4th one, I go back and I see 3 strikes against me. I was like, no, I did it the right way. But it was a Digital Underground. Same song with the Tupac and fucking what's his name? Shit. I Got a Man.
Oh yeah, Positive K.
Yeah, Positive K. I posted that and then I posted another one and they all got struck. I was like, what the fuck, man? Normally the way I do it, I was able to avoid it, but that day they struck me hard. I was like, let me put it on pause, man.
Yeah, let me chill out. For they close my account.
Suck, man.
Damn, you seen Lakeside, man. I would love to
I
see
seen
Lakeside.
Like, maybe like twice. And what's crazy is I met one of the guys in person because my friend had when he first got his first placement, because he produced like 5 songs on Coolio's first album, and one of the songs he sampled was
Fantastic Voyage.
Yeah. we had to go meet them.
Damn.
Or he had to go meet with them to go get it cleared. And so we had to go down to Solar Records down there, and that was I met them, but I seen them in concert.
Hey, you sound like you got forced. Well, we had to, man. Shit, I'd be like,
Well,
hey,
yeah,
man, can I go with you, Remo?
Well, at the time I was young, I had no idea. You know, my friend was dragging me with him. You know what I mean? Because he didn't want to drive down there by himself. So when we went, and then I know now who they were. You know what I mean? Like who he was. I was just like, I know the songs, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So when I was a teenager, my park, which was like 2 blocks away from where I stayed, they had like Saturday night concerts with the old school acts like Cameo. I saw Earth, Wind and Fire. I saw Run DMC. I saw Earth, Wind and Fire. I just mentioned I saw Earth, Wind and Fire play there, you know, and it was just so much fun, you know, going there. Some people like,
all their
man,
songs
what you know about Earth, Wind and Fire, man? You too young for this, man.
Hey,
Bro.
Sean, when
Puff,
they play Reasons, forget it, man. Them girls going crazy like a bitch.
Oh, man.
I took a sound recording class. I took a sound recording class in college, and I was like the only bass player, and they made me play Reasons on bass, bro. And I was like one of them bass line because it's a freaking crazy melodical bass line. So I'm like, bro, you guys are just trying to kill me.
Hey, man,
no,
he's got a crazy ass voice.
Yo, but Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm just gonna say this. I made sure when my wife and I had our wedding, the DJ's like, yo, what songs you want to have? I go, bro, I don't care, but we need Earth, Wind, and Fire September played at least once, and every other Earth, Wind, and Fire song. As long as you hit that at my wedding, I'm good. Yeah. And the guy was like, I got you. And, you know, he took care of us, bro. You do not have a wedding unless you're jamming to some Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm just saying that right now.
One song. At least one.
My pops used to come Saturday nights after work, man. He'd put on the record player. Earth, Wind, and Fire would be the first thing he wanted to play, man. Straight off the bat. That's why I love Earth, Wind, and Fire, man. When you play Fantasy, that's like one of my favorites, man. I love that song. But there's so many great songs. Earth, Wind, and Fire is just.
Oh, bro, Earth, Wind, and Fire, just so good.
Hey, 90, what do you know about Heat Wave?
Heat Wave? I know that Heat Wave's coming tomorrow night after we freaking beat them damn Celtics. That's what I know.
90 flipped that shit right into his teeth.
Come on, Steve. You know I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Yeah, but I know Heat Wave. Oh, man. What was the one song that I used to love for them?
Boogie Nights. They do Boogie Nights.
Yeah, Boogie Nights. That's one of them. But it was one slow jam song they did. I just love, man.
Yo, I'm a huge
Forever.
Huge
Parliament. Always and
forever. Always and forever, yeah.
Bro, Parliament, that's just come on, man.
Parliament.
Nah?
So we talking Heat Wave.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I'm just throwing like
yeah, you know, you good,
yeah, you good. We just talking Heat Wave and you mentioned Parliament.
Well, my bad, because I was still going off of Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know, I was thinking about my heat, not actual heat wave, bro. I'm thinking only one thing heat. Okay? Like, y'all should know this.
Hey, 90, when I did see Earth, Wind, and Fire, though, what's the main singer's name? Burdell's brother?
Maurice White.
What Maurice wasn't singing the lead on the songs I knew he should be singing on, right?
Yeah.
So my buddy Tony, I was like, damn, man. I said, something ain't right because Maurice sings the lead on almost all of these songs, but Philip Bailey was singing the lead, and their sons, you know, all their sons are incorporated in the band now. So that's when I knew that something was wrong with him. I was like, that sucks, man, because he was there, but he didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
You knew, man, when you that's terrible, man.
Yeah, he stopped singing.
He was freaking good too, man. Maurice White on all his songs, and then you bring Philip Bailey in with a different style.
Yeah.
Philip Bailey has one of them top voices, man.
Yeah,
I was 43 years old when I realized Philip Bailey was the singer with Phil Collins.
Man. Yo, that's another jam my pop played a lot. That Easy Lover.
Yo, hold on. Just Phil Collins in general.
Yeah, Phil Collins is bad, man.
Bro, they look for a lead singer and can't find one when he's right there telling them I can sing.
Yeah, right? Bro. Yo,
They thought when they lost Peter Gabriel, they were going to be
Peter
better.
Gabriel did it was over, man. Shit, that was probably the best thing that happened.
I still say to this day, both Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins were bigger than Genesis once they went on their own.
Yep.
They were.
Both of
Because
them.
if you name Genesis, people go, "Who's that? Phil Collins or Peter Gabriel?" Oh, I
They know
that.
right away. They know
Every
right
time.
away.
And
Every time.
I'm pissed because about 8 or 9 months ago, he came to town. I missed his show.
Bro, I'm getting
Buddy
goosebumps.
was like, man, I went, and he was like, and his son plays drums for him now.
Oh, bro, forget about it.
And his son was playing the drums through the whole show for him.
Just so you all know, when Easy Lover hits, Little 90 lights up every time. He loves Easy Lover, all right? I'm just letting y'all know.
Me and my wife went and
Hey,
Stevie
go ahead.
We saw Stevie Wonder maybe like 3 years ago, and his daughter and his son, and his daughter sings backup, and his son plays drums for him.
Hey, my nephew, he was super young, right? No matter what I put on the radio, no big deal. But if I put Going Back to Cali on, his ass would light up like Noah. I mean, he would make me play that song every time we got into. He'd say, "You know what time it is? It's time to play that song." Going Back to Cali. When he heard that, heard the horn, man, he freaking loved it.
Yep.
LL, huh?
Yeah. I mean, to me, that was a really
Yo,
good song.
it's funny because when I was off air, 90, you remember off air on the hip hop show, we was going through videos and stuff like that. And then later on, I think me, Al, and Matt stayed on for like an extra 2 hours just going through videos, man. And I was like, man, we gotta do an old school R&B and funk show, man.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, man. Yeah. Hey,
I'm
man,
with
make sure I'm around, man. Don't be leaving me out. Don't
Now-
be leaving me out.
I don't want to veer off like too far, and Steve, you may know, but as far as like musicians and like pioneers, and I think someone that doesn't get enough credit in the music industry because they don't realize how much he actually changed the music industry.
I
And he's
know
what
what you're gonna say.
All right.
Who?
Should I
Name
say?
her first. Remo, say who first.
No. Go ahead, but I know.
All right. Well, I gotta say, bro, and it's more like rock, I would say, but Frank Zappa, bro. Frank Zappa. Okay, Remo, I don't know if you know this. The way that artists' deals are done now with industry, with big labels, three albums, 5 years, 7 years. Frank Zappa was signed to some ridiculous 22 album freaking contract, right?
Yeah, the
And if
Kanye deal.
And if you listen to some of his songs, they're crazy out there. One day Frank Zappa went missing for almost 2 years. Showed up on his record label's doorstep with all 22 albums. They're like, "Yo, I'm done. Y'all gotta let me go." And then from that point on, record labels started to implement those years with the albums and keeping them contained because he went off to trip balls in the middle of nowhere and he just showed up with 22
Hey,
albums.
Remo, lucky
With
he
the
didn't say
burning-
that to Prince. Prince had 300 something songs. He would have had about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
He'd have said, "Here's all your shit. Now let me go."
Yeah, but you have to remember, by the time that Prince was around, the industry was already changed because Zappa, people don't realize Zappa was around in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
And then the thing about Zappa, as a musician, which I love, and I shout out to my best friend because he's really the one that really put me on when we were 12 and 13 because his dad's a big Zappa fan. Zappa never played, and his band never played a note without him writing it first. Would write everything out and then hand out the music sheets. Now, as a musician, I don't know if you guys understand that, but that's on a whole nother level. That's like a Beethoven, Mozart type of deal. Could see everything out, write it out musically, and then hand out the sheets. That's crazy, man.
What's up? She showed
I
One Love
just
from
want
Chicago.
somebody to record 22 albums and just hand it to it.
Remo,
That way
I
you
don't
got
know-
years of content right there.
Yeah,
I don't know if they'll know this, but I think you'll know this. I'm not sure, but don't say the answer. Let's see if 90 or Puff gets this. What was the first hit song Prince put out that put him on the map?
Little Red Beret. No?
Wasn't it
You just combined 90 just
Oh,
combined
Little Red
two
Corvette.
songs.
Sorry.
He
Little Red
combined
Little Red
Red
Corvette.
Corvette with Raspberry Beret.
No, it's Little Red Corvette. No?
Nope.
we talking about his first big hit?
We're talking about the song that put him on the map. They're like, you heard him on the radio and everyone's like, "Oh man, this Prince dude's pretty good." His first
I
song.
want to say I want to be your lover, but I'm not sure
You got it. That's it. You want to be your lover.
because
When
I
they
know
put
that was the
on-
one that song. I know he got the most interviews, but because when that
I'm sorry to make you
I
off.
know
but
he did.
I was not born.
You
then.
weren't born yet, 90. That's why I gave you a break. But I knew Remo would know that.
But I know for a fact that Prince put out music before that, but that was the first hit.
Yeah, that was the one that everybody
that-
said, damn, boy,
Yeah.
that song right there is kicking right there, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
what
wasn't
that's.
alive yet. See, that ain't fair.
Well, I wasn't alive when that song came out, but
I ain't holding that against you. I just wanted
Yeah,
to
I
see if you
know.
might have knew it.
but
If you are a
I
musical
knew
connoisseur, you might have looked
because-
it up. No,
because of how I studied music. Because remember, my mom had a bunch of music tapes. She recorded a lot of shit in the 80s, and that's how I knew a lot of Michael Jackson's history, because I seen all the documentaries and all the videos at a young age. So she had some Prince stuff, and I watched all that stuff. I knew
Michael
I Want to Be
Jackson
Your
Off the
Lover was
Wall,
one of his
man.
biggest hits, first big hit.
That Michael Jackson Off the Wall album, I had it. I had the record, and it had, the brick wall. I mean, that shit was something else, man. Every song on there was good.
What's up, Key?
That's a jamming album. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Working 9 to 5, working day. I mean, that song, every one of them songs was good, man.
Like I know people I like to debate because I love Off the Wall, but I tend to put Thriller in my top 10 because I listen to that way more than Off the Wall when I was growing up.
More, man.
No, seriously though, I listened to Thriller more because that was the one that was accessible to me. My Off the Wall was record, and Off the Wall is a better album. I'll give it to like that.
I hear what you're saying. Like, you had access to Thriller
Yeah,
because
they
your mom
played it
never
a lot
watched
too.
you
It was all
brewing in
over
the
the radio.
record
Yeah,
out.
that Off the Wall was special to her. That's why
You weren't scratching that record pretty much.
no, I wasn't.
Hell no.
But I admit Off the Wall is the better album.
I see what you're saying, Puff. I see
But
what you're saying.
Thriller for me it impacted me
the
a
one.
lot more.
It's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was more your style when you were, listening to music yourself.
I just remember Thriller being I had went to New Jersey for the first time with my parents, and when we got there, all my cousins that were like teenagers at the time, I was a kid, I was young, and I remember them all going crazy and going to the mall and buying the Thriller album. You know what I mean? Like it had
They
just
went crazy. That thing
on the
so
radio. Everybody was like, "Oh, we gotta go get the Thriller album." It came out, and I'm just like, "Okay," you know what I mean? So we went to. I remember they had this store called Bambergers, and we went down there and they bought it. That's the only thing I remember about it. But then after that, when I got back home, it was like wildfire. It was the video on MTV. It was just
shit. The Thriller, man.
crazy.
When Halloween comes around, they play that Thriller a million
Exactly.
times. And the whole movie.
I've seen that. I've seen that so many times, and the part where he transformed the first time always scares me.
Hell yeah, boy.
Hey, but you know what though? Think about this. Michael Jackson or his team, they were pioneers in that sense. That was like it felt like a feature film, so to speak. Like
Yep.
they saw what music videos were going to be in the future, and they really
He
You
was
know,
the
made
one
it
that revolutionized that. With John Landis directed it, and for it to be like a movie / video.
Oh, it changed
Man,
music
it was
videos
good, man.
to how we see music videos to this day. Like there's a theme, there's a story always. You know what I'm saying? Like like the music video itself tells you the story, even without the music, so to speak.
He set a high standard even for himself, though.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
Because everything after that had to be even bigger, and I
It's
remember
just
that
unobtainable,
time,
man.
Like really, bro?
It was unobtainable.
Yeah.
I mean, after Off the Wall, for him to even do that, I mean,
Yeah, he couldn't
It was
do
crazy, man.
videos. None of his videos were normal. Like
No.
Billie Jean was the most normal video he had. After that, like shit.
Beat It was pretty normal too. Beat It was a normal video.
Beat It reminded me of the Shark, like West Side Story, like
But see,
it
that's
had
the
that
thing.
vibe.
Still elaborate in the fact of the choreography.
Yeah, with how many dancers? He had the two gangs going at each
Hey,
other.
he stepped on that dude's foot. I know he got on him after that video shoot.
Right? Now that was Michael had like my daughter is starting to get into Michael Jackson because of the whole TikTok thing. Like and she actually has debates with me like, well, I don't think Michael Jackson's all that great. And I'm just like, girl, you don't even know. Like, you can't, because you watch a couple TikTok videos, like,
You don't know nothing.
nah,
You gotta experience it.
go back and listen to the music, and then we'll talk. Then we'll talk about it.
Like Remo, me, Steve, we grew up in that era, so we saw the fever.
Yeah,
of
we
Michael
saw
Jackson.
nothing, and then we saw that.
And then,
We're like,
and once
whoa.
again, I'm not trying to date you guys, but and then imagine I'm a kid in the 90s. By the 90s, Michael Jackson was like an idol.
Yeah, he was.
Bro, he was like, I remember like the first time I saw him, like, you know, moonwalking
Yeah.
on some, bro, I was like, you know, and I was like, you know, 5, 6 years old. I'm not even joking. I can't believe I'm going to reveal this, but I actually started tap dancing because of Michael Jackson as a young kid. My mom
Bro,
wanted
I used to tap dance when I was a kid because we used to do tap dance shows. Like Gregory Hines was an inspiration, and of course when I was younger, New Jack Swing started, and New Jack Swing was all about the dance moves of the footwork and stuff like that. So that was a huge part of my young youth.
So that to me, like I'll never forget, like that influenced me to like, you know, like as a kid, like, you know, to try to dance. Like it wound up not being for me, you know what I'm saying? But no, Michael Jackson was an idol. And then once, you know, I've always bring this up, being someone that grew up in the 90s. It's the name Mike. Just think about that. As a kid from the 90s, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan. Those were like the two.
And they both MJs.
You know what I'm saying? Like it just.
But he had video games. Remember, he had the moonwalk.
Yeah, man. I used to play the fuck out of that game, bro. Kicking glitter and knocking the bad guys out.
And he kept going, hee hee.
With the hat?
Every time he hit it, he go, hee hee.
It was a Sega Genesis game? Oh.
Yeah, it was like the Sega Genesis, Sega Master System.
Yeah.
Yo, look it up on YouTube, man. It's available. That game.
I remember that. I had a Sega Genesis, so I remember it.
Yo, what up, Boat Right?
Yo, what up, Bo?
No, bro. I'm with you guys there. Like, I might not have saw like that progression, so to speak, but I was live when he was like at the pinnacle. And like, you can show Remo, you know what you need to show your daughter? Some of them videos of like streets just flooded, girls passing out, and he's just up in the window. He's up in the window. He's not even doing anything. He's just up in the window.
Bro, the dude stood a concert where he stood there for 15, 20 minutes and people were losing their fucking minds. They were passing out all over the place and he didn't sing a single note. He just stood there.
What about when he did the Super Bowl?
Oh my God.
And think about that. That changed the Super Bowl from that point on. The Super Bowl became a big event. The halftime event from that point on, as we mentioned, he changed the music video industry. Then he changed this. Like, we don't have the Super Bowl halftime shows that we have today without Mike putting on that.
What about Prince? It's storming down raining and his ass went out there and performed anyway.
Yeah.
It was, he went his ass.
With an electric guitar.
Yeah, man. Hey, he could play some shit too, man.
That was because remember there was that huge debate about Prince and Michael Jackson. Whereas Michael Jackson is one of the great singers and entertainers and stuff, Prince is an overall musician. Dude he got the complete package.
Yeah,
he could sing, he could play the instrument,
right?
Produce,
he
right?
Could play all instruments. Yeah,
all of them. He was the complete package.
He had everybody in fear in their time. He had Rick James all out where Rick James went straight to the drugs.
And I love me with some Rick James, bro.
Hey, Remo, I just watched the behind the music thing with about Rick James, and he was talking about. He goes, man, he was stealing this and stealing that from me. He was crying.
Yeah, there was beef between the two.
Have you ever seen the cartoon?
Mike Judge. Yeah, I was going by Mike Judge. Yeah,
the guy who did Beavis and Butthead.
I haven't seen
it. You gotta check it out.
Tales from the Tour Bus.
Yep.
You come on Showtime and it's interviews with these people, but he illustrates them in comic and cartoons.
Awesome.
So if you're watching a cartoon, but it's them really talking, you gotta watch it, Steve.
I gotta see that, man.
It's Morris Day in the Time. Basically.
You know I love Morris. Hey.
So he's talking.
Oh.
And it's funny.
Hey, that damn scene from Jay and Silent Bob when he says, "If you don't give me my money, you gonna
You know, oh me, yo, my jungler.
Man, that shit was the funniest shit.
Yo, no, the best part about that scene, bro. All right, I love that movie. He's like, yo, what the fuck is that shit? He's like, bro, you ain't heard about Morris Day Jerome in the motherfucking time? He's like, yo, weren't those gay guys from like that Prince movie, like Purple Rain and shit? Who the fuck told you that shit? He's like, oh, the guys from the Quick Stop?
He said the greatest band in the world. The time.
Yeah, he goes, oh, really? You want to hear something fucked up about them Quick Stop boys? And then they go in, hey, you know, they're arguing, you know, and he's like, they're arguing. Oh, shut up, Dante. He's like, oh, the honeymoon's over. What do you mean? He goes, oh, yeah, didn't you two get married at the Unitarian Church last week dressed as stormtroopers? Who the fuck said that shit? Oh, the guy's outside. They call the police. Oh, bro.
Oh, man, that shit was...
I can go on. Yo, what the fuck, Super Cop? I got a report that two guys outside of a department store were selling some weed. Nah, bro, I ain't selling weed. Oh, yeah, then what are these for? He's got the papers. What? I got a wiping problem. I stick one of those things in my brine eye and bam, no shit stains my arm.
Yo, man. That was funny as
I
fuck,
love
man.
that movie. Sorry. But another reason you got to love Morris Day, Morris Day Jerome.
Yeah, man. I mean, shit, my father put me on so much music, man. That's why, like I said last week, I knew every sample that those hip hop artists was using because I grew up off the music that they sampled.
Yeah,
right off the bat.
I remember
like Biggie's biggest song was sampled by
Mtume. It was Mtume that the Juicy Fruit.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of their songs, that hook in there is their rapping's good.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you gotta really catch it is when they like change the speed and the style of that original beat.
Yeah, when they tune it up or tune
yeah,
it down.
and like, cause I remember when I first listened to Kingdom Come, and I hate that Jay-Z album Kingdom Come, but the song actually did Rick James song in reverse. Yeah. And I was like, holy shit, that was creative because I didn't really hear the Rick James sample at first until I listened to it more. I'm like, there's something Rick James about it. And then I actually played, had somebody play in reverse. And I'm like, yeah, I hear that Rick James in there. So I was like, sometimes you gotta really pay attention to the samples because they'll chop it up and speed it up or slow it down.
Bro,
try and throw it off.
Hey Remo, have you ever heard the Barcades Freaky Behavior?
This from?
Yeah.
They always say that he stole that from Rick James. I'm like, man, bitch, he was before Rick James. How you gonna steal something?
But the thing with Rick James is Rick James was doing so much behind the scenes before he got big.
Yeah, he
did.
He was in a band. He was in a semi-rock band.
He was in a band with Neil Young.
With Neil Young.
Yeah. Neil Young.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
You gotta watch the cartoon, Steve. You gotta watch the cartoon. It tells
dude,
all
hey,
I've seen Rick James documentary and knew that.
And learned all that like about a week ago.
He's responsible for bringing him basically out. You know what I mean? Like getting Neil Young out of his shell. Like
hey man, I like Rick James, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I don't care who did what first, but the Barcades were good as hell too, man.
And the Barcades, the Manhattans, the Moments.
All I know about Rick James is, I didn't punch no Charlie Murphy in the face. Yeah, I punched Charlie Murphy in the face. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
You know who Jazzy Faye is, right?
Oh, yeah, I know Jazzy Faye.
Jazzy Faye's dad is James Alexander, who's the bass player for the Barcades, and his mom is Denise Williams.
Yep, she was another great singer.
Denise
man.
Williams,
shit,
son.
You know who Jazzy Faye is, right?
I know who it is.
90, you know Jazzy Faye, the producer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that his dad is James Alexander from the Barcades. His mom is Denise Williams.
That's crazy, man. The Barcades had some, man, for the skating years, boy, they had some good ass songs to skate to, man.
It's funny because they were like the last of the people to come out of the Stax, Memphis, like the whole Stax studios, like they were like the little young guys who were doing all the session musicians. So
Jazzy Faye's the one that found Sierra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what about what was it? their song Remo, when the girl put the glasses on, they were all dancing, and you didn't have those glasses on, you couldn't see. It was
I know what you're talking about.
a freak show on the dance
Yeah,
floor.
yeah.
And then when she put the glasses on, everybody's
Exactly.
dancing,
Everybody
and she could see him, but if you didn't have the glasses on, you couldn't see shit.
Exactly.
She goes, "I need them glasses, man." They were good, man. Hey, that lead singer though, man, he's a little bit. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Little sugar in the tank.
Yeah, a little sugar in the tank.
Ain't nothing wrong.
You know, I don't care.
Oh, sugar in the tank.
I don't care. I don't care. He was a damn good front man. I'll tell you that. He put on a show.
Exactly. Well, hey guys, I gotta jump out of here. My wife just came back with the groceries. I gotta help her put them away.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, man.
And it was good seeing you guys, and I'll probably see you guys probably later on or whatever.
All right, brother.
You guys on tonight, Sean, or is that next week?
No, it's next week.
Okay.
Next week we'll be on.
You never know. You never know,
Talk
Remo.
to you guys later then.
All right. See you later, Remo.
Later, big Remo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down right here. Almost 4 hours in, man. We done talked about a lot of stuff today, bro. That's the thing
about this. This part about it, Sean, as I mentioned.
Yeah, we talk anything. That's what this show is about. You know, it's not just about comics. We can just talk about anything, man.
This show's music, and when 90 gets on, it gets super music because he goes up. If we talk sports and you say heat wave, that goes right to the Miami Heat.
Yo, yeah, you know it. You know it, bro. That's all I'm thinking right now, bro. I'm trying to get me back to the finals, boy.
We battle against Ohio State and UM, but UM's good. I ain't gonna say that.
Hey, I just want to see Miami versus LA to see if Miami could topple the King and say, "Ha, take that." We helped you get 2 titles, and now we on beat you to win the title.
I think that would just be like, I mean, not that Pat Riley's career isn't already amazing, but think about like how. I don't want to call it the cherry on the top because it's already incredible. Like even the fact that we're gonna get there, right? But if they beat LeBron in the finals, that's just like, yo, right out in the sunset, Pat. But he probably wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like he won't.
That would be awesome.
Oh, bro, that would be incredible. Like I mean, I think we can match up against the Lakers. I think we do have enough to kind of like bang with them, so to speak. And it would be an interesting matchup. I think at this point in time, it's the matchup that everyone wants to see. You know, I think everyone wants to see Heat Lakers.
Yeah, nobody thought the Miami Heat would make it this far, but now that they made it, like shit, now I want to see that.
Yo, I'm telling you, Puff. I've said it to Steve. People have been sleeping on this team all year, man. They've been fighting like this all year. Granted, they came in as a 5th seed. You know, I do believe that the environment and everything around it right now is kind of like helping them. You know, and I really think it's helping. So I guess I gotta go, guys. But let's go. I'll see y'all later.
Hello, Miss 90.
Well, we'll catch up later. YouTube is
later 90.
All right, brother. We'll see you later.
All right, man. And then there was 2.
And then there was the 2 originals. And
I know, right?
The whole day.
Yeah, man. I was multitasking while y'all was talking. I was looking at Varangian's live stream with Jim Balin and Holly. You know, and Jeff was on there. Jeff, Comic 813, he was on there. I knew they was gonna be on, but I was like,
yeah, he told me today. I went hunting with him for a little bit. He told me he was gonna be on there.
Yeah, and then Sanimation's still live now, talking to Godfather.
Oh damn! All right, man. We'll roll out, Sean.
Yeah, man. So
see you tomorrow on Silver Age Sunday.
Yeah, man. Thanks everybody who showed up in the chat, and it was a great show. It was great having Bear Island Comics on to talk with him and have fun. Definitely be doing this next week. And Steve, we're gonna do that in the future. That old school R&B and funk. You know, I know the Comic Hall show is gonna be down for that.
Yes.
So everybody, enjoy your rest of your weekend. Be safe and peace out.